Blood on the briefcase, ink on the plea deal, coffee ring stains on a life that you can't heal. Man, this a charge, priced up by the ounce. Judge cracks a joke while they auction every ounce. Cameras in the corner, catch a cuff, then it cuts. Paper shred justice, turn a file into dust. Who signs the warrant when the fox runs a pen? Same last name on the golf bag and the bench. Lies in the wind, blowing through this true crime cafe. Hey, everyone's guilty, far as I can see from this ashtray. Can't trust a halo, every halo got a stain within. I'm a voice for the voiceless, screaming over all these lies in the wind. Prosecutor preaching like a saint on the stand, but the bonus hit different when your head's on the sand. Public defender with a folder and a prayer. Rust on the handcuffs, rust on the chair. Corruption on the table like sugar in a jar. Sweet when you taste it, then it eats out your heart. Who do you run to when the badge got a brand? Same old handshake, same dirty hands. Lies in the wind, blowing through this true crime cafe. Oh yeah, crime gets ignored if the suit got the right last name. Can't trust a halo, every halo gotta stay within. I'm a voice for the voiceless, screaming over all these lies in the wind. Who can you trust when the system laughs in your face? When the judge is a punchline in the dark staircase? Insanity replay, same scene, different day. If justice won't answer, then we carve our own way. Hey. 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 Lies in the wind, blowing through this true crime cafe. I'm seeking the truth while they're sweeping all the proof away. Can't trust a halo, every halo gotta stay within. I'm a voice for the voiceless till the last breath chokes. All these lies in the wind. Here comes Molly, 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 Molly. Here comes Molly, jumping up and down, she's jolly. Dart dashing all day in the lobby. Say she saw the killer in the hallway sobbing. He was right next to me. Molly said calm like it's meant to be. Blue shoes, red cat, that's the memory. But the take got gaps, it's a broken scene. Walking around in circles, phone at her ear, just scribbling purple. Notes on the napkin, arrows in the spiral. Every time she tells this story go viral. Who got to you, Molly? Why you laugh so loud? Why you act so jolly? Blood on the curb, you just call it hobby. Smile in the sirens, girl, that's ungodly. Meet Molly. Tell us again, we know Bill is your friend. Meet Molly. Do it again. What's real? What's not? Everything you see is all fogged up. Change the story. Oh boy, she grinned. It's the fun part, surely. First he was behind her, then across the street. Then he had no face, then he had no feet. Detective taking notes like a drum line. Every new version got a new punchline. She claims it her way, that's the headline. Molly in the frame, but she's still online. Why your eyes so wide? Who you tryna hide on the inside? Fog in the brain, but the shoes still tied. Pointing at the crowd, yo, the killer right beside. Make Molly. Tell us again, we know Bill is your friend. Make Molly. Do it again. Do it. What's real? What's not? Everything you see is all fogged up. Make money. Tell us again. Make money. Do it again. Hey. Oh my, but why make Molly? Why you spin truth like a game, like a hobby? Every time you talk, whole room goes quiet. Whole block rioting and you just deny it. Make money. Tell us again. We know Bill is your friend. Make money. Do it again. Do it. What's real? What's not? Everything you see is all fogged up. Make money. Tell us again. Make money. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. Lay tall. Hey, tall county loser. Yeah, lay tall county losers playing the game. Telling their stories, gotta keep them the same. Nothing rings honest, every word bent strange. Nothing true in the room, so who takes the blame? Is it Billy Ashley or Payne in the back? Smirks in the hallway, ink on the stack. Sign on the line while they grin and they grin. Every handshake dirty, every deal is a spin. Government fam, government scam. What's real, what's scam? They point at the broke kid, call him the crime. While the wolves wear ties, walk out just fine. Lake Talk County losers, you all look the same. Devil in your eyes, but you're hiding the fangs. Bill Ashley and Payne, oh my. Shame, shame, shame. Look in the mirror, who you see? You all look the same. Devil inside, ugly out in the flame. Ugly out in the flame. Yeah, prosecuting wrong ones, protecting the worst. Bless the corrupt while the honest get cursed. Judge in your pocket, papers in flames. Ice P on the wire playing the same old game. Shake down the weak while you toast the order. Build your kingdom on the broken border. Truth on trial with his hands in chains, but the guilty walk free, laughing off the stains. Government fam, government scam. What's truth? What's sham? They swear to saviors holding that book, but cross that line, see how quick they cook. Lake Talk County losers, you all look the same. Devil in your eyes, but you're hiding the fangs. Bill Ashley and Payne, oh my. Shame, shame, shame. Look in the mirror, who you see? You all look the same. Devil inside, ugly out in the frame. Ugly out in the frame. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Halo on your head, or the smoke from the heat. You can burn that robe, you can change that name, but the stain stays red. You can't wash that blame. Lake Talk County losers, you all look the same. Devil in your eyes, but you're hiding the fangs. Bill Ashley and Payne, oh my. Shame, shame, shame. Look in the mirror, who you see? You all look the same. Devil inside, ugly out in the frame.
All right, all you beautiful peeps in the house today at the cafe. Thank you for joining us. It is Friday, TGIF to all you hard workers out there that work throughout the week. God bless. And I hope you guys are ready for your weekend to be able to enjoy yourselves a little bit. And thank you for taking time out of your busy lives and day to join us here today. Guys, we're going through the new interview with Steve and Kristi Goncalves that was done via the interview room with Chris McDonough. And whatever else we get into, there's some other things to discuss as well, but we're going to break that interview down and see what they have to say now. Maybe there's something in relation to some of the new info that's come out. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. We'll figure it out. Um, and then jump into whatever other conversations we can with this stuff, guys. So it is so great to see you all. Thank you all. Please, if you will, hit that like button and share this out to let everybody know what's going on in here, guys. We're just a few subscribers away from hitting that 13,000. Please let everybody know if they're interested to come on by. We got plenty of room in these pots for all these meatballs. A few more definitely won't hurt to hit it, to get us to that 13,000. So please let everybody know what's going on over here and how welcome they are to join us. That being said, you guys know what comes next. Let's get this thing kicked off so we can get this show started. Here we go. Here we go.
Neon lights flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with a restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the silence, bitter taste, waiting for the ghosts to show their face. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. Mirrors cracked, reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir. Echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hunt the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betrayed. This is not a sermon, it's a battlefield hymn, a requiem dripping from the bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the brave. At the TruCrime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet. Every shadow will pay.
All right, everybody, welcome back again. We are open for business. Come on in, get off your feet, grab a seat. Please grab your cup, fill it up, guys. 17 more. That's all we need. 17 more subscribers. We hit 13,000. That's amazing to me. And thank all of you that are here in the chat or just watching from out in the hallway or wherever you're at for getting us to this point. You guys are amazing, and I love each and every one of you with all my heart and soul. I truly do. You guys are the beautiful people and then some, folks. So please, please don't ever change who you are. Grateful to have you all here. Thank you to my moderators that have joined me for today, taking time out of their busy days. Some of them joining us from their own jobs blows my mind. It is so amazing to me. Thank you to all of you for all your hard work and loyalty to myself and to this community and this channel. You guys are amazing, and I could never, ever have done any of this or do this daily without you. Love to you all, and you guys know it. Come on in, grab a seat, guys. We're going to be breaking down, discussing the new Kristi and Steve Goncalves interview and some other things throughout the day today. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Miss Jen's telling all you guys up there for anybody that wants to join me to discuss this. But first and foremost, let's take care of a little bit of business. The amazing and so generous Miss Sluther dropping 20 new memberships before we even get in the front door. Holy shnikes, Sluther, we love ya and appreciate you so much. And I gotta say, welcome and congratulations to One Can Leanne. Love your name. Mountain Man Swag. Lila Balzac. Okay. Yo Baby Blondie. Good to see you, Yo Baby. Holly B1. Stormy Jade. Izzy B. 1234. Love True Crime. 5800. Fofa. Round the Tube. Marhead 067. Corn Dead. Adriana ZD. Natasha Hill. Ms. Feminine Towel. Black Chaos. Danny 421 Sunshine. 4. Stop Watching Me. Laugh out loud. Tiffany Perkins. Is that it? All of you, welcome to the sauce. All you awesome new meatballs. 20 new meatballs jumping in the first 18 seconds, y'all. Thank you so much, Luther. God, we love you and appreciate you so very much. And I'm so grateful you're part of our family and definitely part of our team here. It is so amazing, and you are so appreciated for sure. What are you doing? She just dropped 10 more. She didn't want 20. She wanted 30, folks. Goodness. My Lord, my Lord. So, 10 more. It looks like New World for me, 90. Guys, make sure you drop down at the bottom of your chat. If you want to be a member here, which we have plenty of room. The ladies just went out and bought new pots for all these meatballs to jump in this big pot of sauce we had. Plenty of room for all of you, and we would love to have you on board. But make sure you drop down the bottom of the screen, hit that little square with the $sign in it in the circle, and make sure you can receive gifts, please and thank you. That way you can receive these memberships when they're gifted out like this. We do this often. There's a lot of generous people in this community that does this almost every day. So please make sure you're one that can receive these, okay? Please and thank you. Welcome New World, me 90. TZB 5401. Angie Lay, I'm sorry. Carrie Raid. Blue, no, wait a minute. Bird Mayberry. Queen Cam X. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Mimi 717. Let me see. They just jumped out of my face. Spiritual Being 4279. Jeff Anderson. All of y'all, welcome to the sauce. Welcome to all 30 of you new meatballs in the past 10 minutes. That is absolutely insanely amazing. And Sluther, damn, and thank you so much, hon. God bless. Frankie is in the house. DJ Frankie in the house again. Happy Friday, Dago. Greetings from sunny Ireland. I love it. I hope you guys are staying safe over there. I saw some news that does not look very nice. I hope you guys are staying safe. And anybody that's in Ireland, please be safe and take care of yourselves. There's some wild stuff going on over there right now. And God bless all of you. Keep up the great work. The truth is out there. I pray that it is, DJ. I pray that it is. Thank you again for that super chat. Number one towards our goal already today. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And thank you so much to both you and Sluther. You guys are, oh my God, it's crazy. Speaking of crazy, what all do we got and who all we got in here? Miss Rose in the house. Good to see you. Renee Sarudi, welcome to you and happy Friday, dear. Sluther 75, like we said, dancing on in. Miss Dory, wonderful to see you today. Sylvia Hurley, welcome back to you. Jason Gist, Tampa in the house. Good to see you, brother. North Carolina Mountain Man, what is going on with you, my brother? Good to see you today. Sylvia Hurley, Wendy, welcome back. Great to see you. Mittens for Kittens, always happy to have you in the house. I hope you get that car fixed and worked out well. New Mexico 444, great to see you. Miss Selena 984, welcome. Good to see you. Production, the cafe production manager himself, the last 24, Mr. Mikey's in the house. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for joining us. Jesse Lynn, how are ya? Moving forward. Blue Devil, welcome back to you. Great to see you today. Smiling Sleuth, keep on smiling. It is Friday, that's for sure. Great to have you here smiling. Blue Eye, Sky Blue Eyes, welcome to you. Thank you for joining us today. G Bean, what's going on? Good to see you. Belinda Becker from Australia, another Aussie in the house. We love our Aussies, that's for sure. Come on in and grab a seat. Thank you for joining us. Miss Kawanda, the lovely Miss Kawanda's in the house. Thank you for being here, Miss Kawanda. Frustration, speculation, that is a fact. Good to see you today. Welcome back, Skilla. Great to see you. Miss Jen 7 in the house. Doing an amazing job as always. Thank you, Jen, for being here. Deb Dutro, welcome back to you. Miss Grace Kirk, wonderful to see you today. Emil Rays, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Beth Wagner, you as well. Great to see you. Carolyn Bastage, how are you today? Good to see you. Let's see here. True Crime Unleashed, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you very much. Manny Gillian, welcome back here. Good to see you. Ms. Margaret, wonderful to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Donna Salamander, always happy to have you here. Thank you for being here. Mary Holt, welcome back to you. Great to see you today. Dale Harrison, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Let me see. Show. Yes. Sky Blue Eyes. Pretty much Finland. Welcome back. Beverly Pike. Great to see you. Karma Police are in the house. Everybody better watch your P's and Q's. Good to see you. SoCal Deb, welcome back to you. Crime and Chaos, otherwise known as Crime Nachos. Great to see you, Miss Lori. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Lena LaPac, welcome back, dear. Great to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Rebecca Seidner, welcome. Tiki Bars in the house. Good to see you. Baby Ames, welcome back to you. Mountain Mama, welcome to you. Kate UK, welcome. Witchy is, Witchy who. Good to see you. Miss Turkey Creek Gal, welcome back to you, dear. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Again, everybody, please make sure to smack that like button, leave a little DNA, whatever you got to do. And always, if you can, share it out. And if you're not yet subscribed, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, should you choose. And make sure you hit the notifier. That way you don't miss nothing we do here, because I don't want any of you beautiful people to miss anything we do. So please, if you will, make sure you do that. E-Potty's in the house. What's up, brother? Good to see you today. Thank you for joining us. I sound like Humphrey Bogart. That's a new one. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Interesting. Humphrey Bogart. That's a new one. Lenny Moe. What's going on, Miss Lenny? Good to see you. Yes, guys. Come on in. Hit that like button. Leave us a latent footprint, if you will, or a latent fingerprint. Please and thank ya. Oh, it looks like the bomb toy has arrived. Welcome to you, Tomboy Charm. Thank you for stopping in. That's right. Great job standing up to corruption, Ireland. There you go. Just stay safe while you're doing it over there, guys. Please and thank you. Odds, welcome. Great to see ya. I was thinking if Kaylee had recently moved into Xana's old room, what if the perp went through the upstairs balcony again, thinking it was Xana's room? That is an interesting question. Something we will discuss. Odds, very interesting point. Renee Cerruti, again, welcome. I think I said hello to you once, but welcome again. Happy Friday to you, Jason. Okay, I'm making sure I'm just doubling up on these. Some of these names I may have forgotten that I saw the first time. All right, you guys. Looks like we have 153 peeps in the house, 97 likes, guys. Let's make sure we do that and hit that like button, make it match so that we can get this in the algorithm. Welcome, Electra 4623. Thank you for joining us today, Lost Girl. Great to see you as well. Beach Babes in the house. Welcome, welcome. Yes, please leave a little debris on the thumbs up, guys, if you can. Promise we won't send it out to anywhere. Thank you, Beach Babe. I hope everybody that was dealing with any kind of storms last night made it through everything okay. There was some crazy stuff going on. A little worried about our Bubbles last night. She had a tornado right over top of her head for a little while. I was a little unnerved. Thank you, Ms. Rowe. And yes, thank you to anybody and everybody that chooses to support us via Cash App, PayPal, and or Venmo. Never expected, folks. You don't have to come in here and drop money to anybody, but it is always appreciated because it does help us pay our bills so I can do this tomorrow and the day after and the day after that every day. That's how we do this. So thank you so very much. Belinda Becker, another one from Down Under. Thank you for joining us. Welcome, welcome. Let me see. Yes, Sluther's always on a roll. Tattoo Gal, welcome. Great to see you. Bridget Gentile, I think I'm saying it right. Bridget Gentile, welcome. There you go. Oh, Lord, Lori, I hope you feel better. That's not good. Summer colds or sicknesses suck so bad. They do not. Oh, thank you, Grace. That's the whole point and why I do it. I look forward to your greeting. I feel like I am a little kid waiting for the teacher to say hello. That's awesome, Grace, and God bless, hon. We appreciate you. That's why I do that because everybody in here is so very important, and deserves that special attention every single time you're in here, and you will always get it when you come in here. Period. I don't care if I'm not having a good day or I'm sick. You're going to get that. So I'm glad you enjoy that, Grace. That's exactly why I do it. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate you. Miss Tammy C, good to see you, dear. Miss, yes, everyone say hi to Grace, please and thank you. Tell her good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whatever it is, wherever you are, make sure you say it to each other, please. Yes, please feel better, Lori. Well, thank you so much, Bridget. Appreciate you so much. Looper. Yes, make sure you say hello to each other, guys. That's very important for you. And find out welcome. Good to see you. Come on down. There is a link pinned in the top of the chat if you would like to join me to go through this interview. CZ's in the house. One of our amazing teachers joining us in here, guys. Please make sure you all say hello to each other. Like I said, CZ, thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. You definitely deserve it. Full Moon 3950, welcome and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Congrats on your new grandbaby. That's awesome. And God bless. Yes, I do. Grandfathers like to do it too. I love my grandbabies, that's for sure. Nope. He is not here unless he's just watching Kawanda. He won't be in the chat. That's a promise. Crazy lady, crazy Italian lady, welcome. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. There you go. Thank you, Lena. Nope. Nope. It is not welcome, unfortunately. And most everybody is, but when you repetitiously mess with the people in the community in the chat and don't leave them alone, that has a tendency to cause people to not want you here. So you are perfectly fine, Full Moon. Don't you apologize. No apologies needed for anything in here. All right. Belinda says, do you think the debris in Ethan's hand was hair extensions? Birdie had a call on the other night, and they suggested it could be the way they're calling debris and not. Well, I don't think so. And the only reason why I don't think so, Belinda, I thought about it at the beginning was because they had tested it um for the type that it was and stuff like that. And that's um how they know that it's human hair, from my understanding. They didn't test it against anybody else, but they did make sure it wasn't Brian. So there's that. Hey Bass, welcome. Good to see you. That's a good point for you. Come on in, guys. Grab a seat. So there was an interview that was released a day or two ago, I think, with the interview room and Chris McDonough. And I, I guess, I don't know if there's anything new. I haven't even got to watch it myself, but people were telling me that we need to look at it, so on and so forth. And I know that people do get upset about certain things, so I will do this real quick.
Trigger warning. This video includes sensitive and violent content that may not be suitable for all viewers. This video is for 18 plus only.
All right. And guys, don't forget, tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Verdict Room, a new episode. We will be joined by Miss Audrey with Glitch DNA, myself, Ms. Logan from Bronx Tales, the lovely Miss Kim from Typically Unique, and my brother Mikey from The Last 24, and Miss Audrey from, again, from Glitch DNA. I'm excited for that show. I can't wait. It's going to be a great one. So make sure you tune in for that. Excuse me. I'm sorry. You're going to sing a song. Okay, Tomboy. Thank you, Tomboy, for that. And Kawanda, thank you. Very much appreciated, Miss Kawanda, for you being here. And guys, don't also, one more thing I got to ask you for. Just one thing. If you will, kindly. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Please make sure to subscribe to our new channel, the additional channel we have running here, Cafe Conspiracy, where we talk about all sorts of wild and crazy conspiracy things. If you're into that kind of stuff, you will definitely want to join us over there. Please and thank you. The link is in the chat right there. So come on over and become part of that community as well at Cafe Conspiracy. I promise you will not be disappointed, as we will touch on all sorts of things, from ghosts to UFOs to conspiracy theories in the government and everything you can think of. We started off last Sunday, our first premiere show with the missing and deceased scientists and the relation to UFOs within the government, so on and so forth. So we will be doing so much more for sure. Make sure you guys jump in there as well. Your name is Audrey too, Miss Audrey. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. Sing my song. I don't know what your song is. Carl Bowen, welcome. That hair in Ethan's hand is about the length of Malich's hair. Just saying. Well, the the problem is the hair. Malich had dark hair. Okay, and the hair that was in Ethan's hand was like a dirty blonde color. Must holy shnikes. Um, Now I will say this though that the hair that was found in Maddie's bed would look kind of like the color of Malich's hair. I'll say that. Thank you so much. Smiling Sleuth dropped 5 more. We have 35 new meatballs jumping in here now. It looks like Lenny Moe, Foya and Find Out, Belinda Becker, Stasia Hart, and Gabby 7088 all jumped in the sauce with us. That is awesome. And thank you so much, Smiling Sleuth. You're an angel. God bless. We appreciate that so very much. Picture pages. Oh my God. Yes. Picture pages. I don't know the rest of the words. Oh, my wife's in the background singing it. Bill Cosby did it. Remember that show with the B pen that used to draw? Yeah. Sometimes people need picture pages to understand some of this stuff. It's pretty crazy if you ask me. Picture pages. Come and grab your pens and your pencils. You can play with picture pages. I'll be down with picture pages. I can't remember the words. I'm sorry. Lots of fun with picture pages. Lots of fun with granite. There you go, Sleuther. He knows the words better than I do. It was a good show. Can you give props to Travis T. Logic? Absolutely, I always do, Frankie. Travis is amazing. We may have to look at pieces of that today, too. He dropped part 3 of Bethany Funk's interview. And this man is so hardworking. Thank you so much for the super chat as well, Frankie. We have number 2 towards our goal for today. But yeah, Travis is really doing an amazing job with that statement analysis stuff, and he's really helping to explain some of the things that we don't understand within these interviews that he can see through and read between the lines and give us some good answers to. So once again, Travis, brother, we appreciate and love you very much in this community. We're very grateful that you have become part of this community. You're an amazing resource, sir. Keep doing what you're doing. It's amazing, and we all very much appreciate you guys. Please make sure, if you have yet not done it, to subscribe to Travis T. Logic. That way you don't miss anything that he puts out. He does some amazing work, folks. Facts are facts. Yeah, it looks like I think you need those Teflon pearls if that's what you're talking about. Those Teflon pearls actually help a little bit there, Miss Lori. Thank you again, Frankie. Yes, happy Pride Month to all of you that follow and celebrate that. Absolutely, everyone. And I mean everyone is loved here in the sauce. Thank you for that, Tomboy. I've been meaning to say that too. So nice to be able to interact with all of the hella smart people in this community. I learned so much, and you're very smart yourself, Miss Kawanda, and we appreciate you being here too. Thank you, Sleuther. Yes. Yeah, Travis is amazing. I agree with that fully. Now it's in my head, Tomboy. Is that what you were trying to do? Are you happy you got that stuck in my head now? Picture pages, picture pages. This is the very best community on YouTube, Miss Grace. I will agree, as well as the very best moderators on YouTube, in my opinion. So that's just my opinion. Simple, welcome to you. Great to see you today. Yes, that's right. Happy Pride Month to all of you. I can't believe she's put up with you that long, Tomboy. There again, I can't believe mine has put up with me for 20 years. Thank you, Miss Jessie. All right. All right, guys. Looks like we have 194 people in the house, 125 likes. Thank you all for that. Please, again, share it out. Hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet done it. Excuse me. And let me check something else real fast here. All right. 17 more subscribers is all we need to hit 13K. You guys are amazing, and we will do it. I have no doubt. I would love to do it as soon as I can do it. I'd love to do it before the end of the month. Fox Rooter, welcome. Good to see you today. And Stitches, welcome back. Love having you, Steve. Gigi Girl, welcome to you. That's right. We love everyone. No one gets left out. Oh, Lord. Speaking of which, I'm going to get cussed out for that comment now. Welcome there, Bomb Toy. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I can't hear you. What the hell?
Welcome to the head of our saucy forensics. Oh, my goodness. Sluther dropped 5 more. Looks like Shauna, 5354. Ashley R, 421. Blink, 9897. Keep it down and straight. Alpha Raven. Congratulations. Welcome to the sauce. And right after that, Miss Kawanda dropped 5 more. Wow, that is amazing. You guys are killing it today.
Oh,
Like
I tell you,
yesterday.
the fucking minute I get comfortable, somebody gonna ring my damn doorbell.
Ding dong.
I'll be back.
Miss, that's fine. Miss Kawanda, where do they start? Let me see here. Brooklyn, 1349. Mary Coons, I'm a realist. Travis, 8577. And Deline, oh, welcome to the sauce. 45 new meatballs jumping in here. You guys are amazing today, I swear to God. Every day. Every day, you guys are amazing. I love you guys to death. And welcome to the sauce, all you awesome and beautiful meatballs. You guys rock and roll. Thank you so much. I agree with that, Deb. Fully and honestly. Miss Kara Garrison, welcome. Great to see you today, dear. Thank you, Miss Jen. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, great show every time. Love and Other Habits. Welcome, dear. Good to see you today. All right, y'all. Looks like we got everybody here that we're probably going to get. And anybody that else decides they want to jump in, we will just welcome them as we do. Let's jump into this new intro view. I thought this was, it's set up the same way the last one was they did. Wait 1 minute here. Oh, right. And again, this interview came from the interview room with Chris McDonough and his wife. For anybody that wants to go over and subscribe, the link is right here. And again, I am grateful for the footage being put out that we can review the interview for. So thank you for that. Okay. Can you do a what if segment? What if Brian did do it? Of course I can. That's actually a great idea, Kara. That would be an amazing idea. We will definitely do that. It is written down, and again, hang on to your seats. This should be interesting for sure. I agree.
And good evening, everybody.
Welcome to our Wednesday Night Live, everybody. Thank you.
Hit me. And send it through all of your social media networks, especially this program tonight, because this is about a very important messaging. Karen, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think let's just bring our guests on and start our chat.
Yep. Let's bring in Kristi and Steve. Good evening.
Hello. How you guys doing?
Hi, Steve.
Hit me.
Thank
Hey
you.
guys, how's it going?
Good, good. Welcome back to TIR.
Thank you.
It's been a little bit since we've had you on, so thank you for coming back.
Yes. Although we saw you a weekend ago at CrimeCon, but it was always like, hey.
We saw you going up this way at 100 miles an hour, and we were going 5 down the opposite direction. And did you guys have an amazing time?
It was very emotional because so many people, did recognize us, and so many people did want to talk to us. And obviously they were very empathetic, compassionate. So we had a lot of tears, with these people reaching out and meeting us. And, at the end of the day, it was like, you kind of just, when you were there, you were just doing it. And then at night, it was just like, oh my gosh, just taking it all in, and it was so much. And then by day 3, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. It was weighing on me, just, very heavy and, not bad, just the impact that Kaylee and this whole situation, has affected so many. I mean, there was, I think I heard at one time 9,000 people there. Now, obviously not all 9,000 people came and approached us, but a lot of people did. A lot of people approached us, and we did 2 different meet and greets, and they were hours long, so, and these people were just very heartfelt. These people were crying. These people, have been watching us since day one, and it really puts things into perspective. Like, you really feel their love and their support.
Right.
You guys, go ahead.
I know. I just think for any of our new viewers, people who may be watching us new in the past couple of weeks or months, if you're not familiar with the Idaho 4 case, Kristi and Steve Goncalves, their daughter Kaylee, was one of 4 University of Idaho students that were killed November 13th, 2022, in their off-campus house while they slept in their beds. And so we have had Kristi and Steve on many times over the years to talk about various things with the case, the investigation, how they were doing, repercussions, just all of it. So I just wanted to put that out there. If people are tuning in and they're not familiar with your family or the case, they just wanted to say that. But,
yeah, and we won't mention that dirtbag here, so we're going to keep moving forward.
Yeah, it's all about the victims. It's all about the victims.
And so, question. So, tell us about how you guys felt when you were sleeping. And I hear your dog again. I love that. I love that guy.
I'm sorry.
What's his name again? Remind the audience. That's okay. He's sleeping.
Juju, she's a girl, and she's our mama dog, and she's our oldest girl. She just turned 8, actually. Her birthday and Maddie's birthday, May 25th, are the same. So she just turned 8, and she is a snorer. And I tune it out. I'm so used to it. We're so used to it. But anytime we do an interview, people are like,
I think it's her stomach. It's like
she's just my sleepy old girl dog.
Yep, she's a mama.
Juju B.
That's awesome. And what's her breed? What's her breed?
She's a Brussels Griffin.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Did you guys pick her up at a breeder or what?
Yeah, we did.
We had a flew in her. This one we
picked her up in California.
Nice.
She's a smooth coat, black and tan, Brussels Griffin, and she is beautiful.
Yes, she is. And so, which is a good segue, I guess, into how's Murphy?
Murphy's great. I just Jack actually just sent me a picture. I think we may have been in CrimeCon when we got it, or I felt like maybe sitting in the airport or something. And I got this picture of Murphy all curled up on Jack's neck. Wow. And then Jack texted me on Kaylee's birthday a couple days ago and was like, "Let's get together." And I was like,
yeah, what would be a good idea if you guys go on the road, with your foundation and everything that we're going to dive into here this evening. You should bring him with you one night, or have him show up if you have something local. You'll have more people will come to pay, to see him, because Buddy, if we take Buddy anywhere, it's forget the humans, let's get to this guy.
Your
So-
icebreaker.
I'm the same way. When we were at CrimeCon and I saw that little dog area where there were the court dogs,
yes.
I was like, wait, hold up. I had to pet them all. I had to pick them all up. I had to kiss them all. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And Murphy is loved. He is like, people love Murphy. I mean, so yeah,
His Instagram page has exploded.
we could get some clout with Murphy.
Make some connections that we couldn't make.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so individually though, how are you each doing? I mean, overall, there was some recent, garbage that I heard you guys were broadsided once again. Karen told me, and you want to talk about that or share what your thoughts and feelings were?
So that was, it was definitely a shock because parts of the autopsy reports had already came out in that book that just came out a while back. And we were really upset about that. But we thought that would be the extent of it. And then we see that the actual official autopsy reports were dropped and they came from Ada County. So Ada County does not notify us in any way, shape, or form. If something, neither does Latah County per se, but if something comes from MPD, we get about a 3-hour heads up. So
Sometimes it's a little longer, to be completely fair. Sometimes
it's usually a couple hours, maybe half a day. But obviously this came from Ada County, so there was no email, and it comes in an email saying this is coming. So no, I was just doing my thing and somebody texted me and said, oh my gosh, Kristi, have you seen this? And I have not. And, you see it on the official letterhead and whatnot. And what the medical examiner was going to be testifying about. And I think is what really got me was her testifying to the extent of Kaylee's suffering. So that's something that we had convinced ourselves that had not happened, that Kaylee went fast, went quick, the Lord took her. And it was very fast, so we had kind of moved on from that. So to see that the medical examiner was talking about that was hard. And then we have the official autopsy report, but it's nothing that we have not gone through it every single step of the way. Like this. I mean, we've glanced through it, but it's not something that you just want to read every single thing. So to see these YouTubers, these TikTokers, obviously put a lot of time into depicting them and making silhouettes of our children.
Diagrams.
There's this, and it's 3 inches long, 2 inches deep, or it went completely through. This tooth is gone. This tooth is chipped. This is all the way to the skull. This was 5 inches deep. It's hard.
These are the type of things that make you angry as a father. And then you tell yourself, all the work we're doing is getting wasted with just laziness from the court. The court's just being lazy. These could have been redacted. And if these actions lead to more suffering from more families, like this is a triggering event for somebody that's in the wake who's going to read these and then get off on it and get emboldened, then it's on courts like this that just won't do the right thing. And it's frustrating that we'll have to go talk to some legislators and pass more laws because people there's no leadership in the courtroom.
Wow. First and foremost, wow. I don't think they understand. Welcome, Randy. Good to see you, brother. I don't think they understand, folks. Nobody's looking at this because they're getting off on it. It's not exciting to see this stuff, okay? It's to help us to understand what actually happened. And here's the thing. The people that they should be mad at are the people that put this stuff together to begin with, okay? Welcome, Nothing Half-Assed. Great to see you, dear. Be mad at Latah County for lying to us. Be mad at Ada County for lying to us. Be mad at the prosecution for lying to us. Be mad at MPD for lying to us. Okay, they're the reason why everybody needs to look at this stuff the way they do, because there's been so many lies told, so much secrecy, so much buried, so much ridiculous stuff happened. That's why everybody's looking at these things, in my opinion, is to be able to understand what happened, because nobody trusts what they have told us, or anybody for that matter. Nobody's getting off on this. Nobody's excited or happy that we're looking at this. Nobody wants to say, I don't know, some people might. I don't want to see their bodies. I don't want to. I don't need to. I just wanted diagrams to explain what happened to them, to understand how and why. That's all I've ever wanted. And I've said that many, many times. So to take it that way, I don't understand it. That's all I can say. Any thoughts, Tomboy?
No, I think I pretty much stated it in chat. And I said, shut the fuck up, dude. You're about as ignorant as they come. You're going to sit here and say YouTubers get off on reading this stuff? No. We have a right to know just as much as you have a right to know. But
anybody that gets off on this is a sick person. Truly and honestly, okay? That's disgusting. To make that statement makes me sick to my stomach too, because it's not even close to what it's about. Welcome, Benny. I just don't understand it. I don't understand where the mentality. And again, with all due absolute respect to them, I understand what they've gone through. It's horrible. Nobody should ever go through this. But that doesn't mean, because people want answers to this, that they're bad people. And again, go ahead.
But they're not treating it as horrible. They're treating it as a fucking cash cow.
Well, that's how it's starting to look. And I didn't want to believe that when this whole thing first came together like this with the WSU lawsuit. I'm not really given much choice now. It's really sad. Welcome, Sandra. Good to see you, dear. It's really sad. That's it. We just want the truth, guys. I've been screaming it for 2 days now. So, and I know this was going to be a little bit uplifting as far as blood pressure goes, and I get it. But I think things need heard, though, so that it's understood. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm just gonna get the elephant out the room right now. How do you look at Chris McDumbnuts with a straight face when he's got some issue on the side of his face?
I have no idea. I don't see it.
I couldn't look at him with a straight face before and not laugh. Now it's worse.
Yeah, well, we all know how that works and what my thoughts are with him.
Yeah,
after the things he's done, and do they know about some of the things that he's been involved in, and they still support him like this, huh? I don't know. Ain't my first rodeo. Welcome.
Sluther, I don't know, but he's got the one side of his face, he's got something going on. I don't know if he's got like a tooth infection or I don't know.
It could be. Moving forward.
We just don't understand why they needed to come out. Why?
Well, it's all a lie. They said, oh, if you do a plea deal, it'll be all easier for you families. I knew it was a lie because I had a good lawyer that had a lot of experience, but a lot of parents were tricked into thinking that this would be the fastest way to make it go away. And we know now if we would have had a trial, it would have been over in November, 6-7 months ago.
Bill Thompson told us the autopsy reports are protected by HIPAA, that even though somebody is deceased, HIPAA is...
Wow, he blatantly lied to him. That's interesting. If that's true, he blatantly lied to them.
Extends 50 years. And an autopsy report is covered under HIPAA. And he said they would never, ever be released.
Hold on. That is in the state of Washington.
In Washington, sure,
but since
not...
they used it in a court case in Idaho, Idaho can release them.
Right. Wow.
So
that was a lie.
Yeah.
we were like, okay, so we've reached out to him and asked why, and he has not.
He doesn't even
replied
have
to
the
us.
guts to write.
He has not replied to us.
Because he
And-
Of course he doesn't. Frankie says, Dago, I would love if Travis T did a statement analysis of this statement from the G's. It just doesn't register correct with me. ABBA had a song in 77 called Money, Money, Money. Yes, they did. Just saying. I got you, Frankie. It would maybe next time I talk to Travis, I'll bring that up. Good point. Welcome, Wonders Deep. Good to see you.
No, he has no leg to stand on, so he doesn't even reply back.
But we have reached out to him via our attorney Shannon.
We've
and-
actually heard more from Brad Little, who's actually done everything in his power with his lawyers to actually make it right. So it's frustrating when you have one that's directly involved in the courtroom refusing to do the right thing. But there's a lot of people in the government who do want it to be done properly, and they're trying to work with us.
It's unbelievable to me that they could release something so, release it and not tell the victims' families, give them any kind of heads up. It doesn't make any sense because they know it's going straight to the media and they know it's going to go straight to social media, and why there is just no thought about the victims' families and the sensitivity. It's mind blowing. It really is.
Yeah, and now with AI, they can upload these docs and it'll just recreate like a crime scene, or it's recreating our children's bodies.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And if you don't have the original docs, you don't really have a way of knowing if they're embellishing, is this AI, is this what's truly written in the docs, all the stuff they're sharing. So all we wanted was the original docs, so then we could go to our docs and then cross compare and make sure we could keep the narrative as accurate and as honest as possible.
Yeah.
But we weren't even allowed that. So
I mean, we've always
We're
been
not keeping
transparent
it
about what
as
happened to
honest as
Kaylee,
possible.
but we didn't think that it was necessary to talk about how many inches wide it was, how many inches in length it was, how many inches deep it was.
that's it. I just don't see any purpose in that. That's
It doesn't-
that's sick.
How, it protruded through the skull, through the cheek. I feel like we have been very transparent about, this is what happened to our daughter, because we feel it is important that people know that there are monsters out there. There is evil out there. He's not the only one. And you don't need to.
Then this is where Chris should step in as a former law enforcement officer and say, because they're trying to figure out which weapons were used and what type of weapons were used. That's why people want to know the size of the injuries, how they were made, so on and so forth. He's not saying a word. And he knows this. And they've been transparent with the things that they were told, which we know is not true. So that's not being transparent. I'm sorry. Welcome, Cynthia. Good to see you. And Christina, great to see you.
How can you sit here and say you want to keep this as honest as possible? How do you do that?
Exactly. There's been no honesty, nor any transparency. The whole thing has been. Yeah, I can turn her up. Hold on.
Oh, don't turn me up.
Nobody can hear you.
I'm just not speaking loud.
Well, anyway. Where'd we go? Ms. Mellis, welcome to you. I mean, the thing is if they're watching, they're not seeing. They're not seeing everything. Either that, or I'm going to go back to what Kristi said in that interview we watched yesterday, where she had stated, sometimes I like to pretend like it never happened. And I fully understand that as a parent. God bless that. I get it. But at other times, you have to look at things and deal with it for what they are, unfortunately. You know what I mean? And it's hard. I can't imagine what they go through. I can't, you guys. I don't want to. Nobody should. But that doesn't mean in turn that you promote lies and falsities and things like that. It's not okay. And they should want the absolute truth. And I don't understand this.
Continuing the false narrative.
Right. That's what they're doing. Is they're continuing and supporting it,
And
knowing that there's things that aren't true within it.
we didn't get the actual autopsy reports. We
Right.
will never get those.
No.
But what we got was the breakdown of the autopsies.
Right. And then,
So
there's some.
she is incorrect on what she's stating.
I think the only ones that have the absolute and actual autopsies is them, and of course the state. They may not even have them. Who knows?
Well, according to Kristi, they didn't have that. But I know when my nieces died, my sister had to go and petition the court to get their autopsy results, because they were adults. And my sister was not listed as next of kin, and they weren't married.
Right. Welcome, Miss Charlotte. Good to see you. Legal
So
swag.
I don't know if it's any different because they lived in Idaho and just happened to be where the autopsies were at was in Washington, or if that is only if you reside in Washington. I'm not sure, but
Could be. Could be. That makes sense. But no, there is nothing that's been given to us that's true. And again, that's why we do what we do, is to get some truth so that people can understand. When you see the types of injuries and understand what they are, it helps you to understand the weaponry that's been used. We were told one person did this with one type of a knife. It's now being told that there were 4 to 5 weapons, 4 to 5 people possibly. As everybody knows, there was never just one person. So they need to accept those things and look at those things and help look into those things if they really want to know. I don't understand why they're not. I just don't.
Live your life thinking that's going to happen to you. We don't want anybody living their life, but he's not the only one out there. So we want to
rewind that. Did you hear what she just said?
No, I didn't. What did you say?
Rewind that. Did you hear what she just said? Right there.
Do it again.
Honest as possible.
Yeah.
But we weren't even allowed that. So,
I mean, we've always been transparent about what happened to Kaylee, but we didn't think that it was necessary to talk about how many inches wide it was, how many inches in length it was, how many inches deep it was.
I just don't see any purpose in that. That's sick.
How.
And he's sitting here shaking his head going, he knows why that's being done. Any law enforcement officer will know why that's being done. Welcome, Halls. Good to see you, dear.
Well, this isn't what if you play a little more, you'll hear what I'm talking about. But in this instance, she likes to talk about inches.
It protruded through the skull, through the cheek. I feel like we have been very transparent about, this is what happened to our daughter, because we feel it is important that people know that there are monsters out there. There is evil out there. He's not the only one.
He's not the only one. There are monsters out there. He's not the only one.
Yep.
So how do they know that there's other ones?
Good question. I mean, I'm sure she's probably referring to in general. Or is she? Or is she?
Exactly. You don't know.
It was an interesting statement for sure. Welcome, Right Turn, Clyde.
What the fuck is at my door now?
Very interesting statement.
Your life thinking that's going to happen to you. We don't want anybody living their life, but he's not the only one out there. So we wanted, people to know, the details of Kaylee's injuries, but not in that light. And I hope I'm not contradicting myself there.
Well,
I hope you understand
when you ask for a death penalty, you have the obligation to tell the community what.
That was a total full contradiction. Truly and honestly, right there. Angel Luck, welcome. Good to see you.
Oh.
Mackenzie Ray, thank you for being here. That was a complete and total contradiction to what you just said. Yes. So I'm sorry, but all due respect, you that didn't make any sense, unfortunately.
But why you feel it's applicable? why you're asking for the ultimate punishment. So then in that particular stance, I think you have to divulge more. So we were willing to do that for our particular case. We could never do that for any of the other cases. Plus we didn't even know about the other children.
No.
That's always been part of in a mass murder, you can't ask one family to negotiate the totality of the crime when they only know what happened just to their child. And many of the parents, us included, weren't ready to fully dive into what happened to our child. It's too painful to fully get it in.
And let alone the other, and it just enrages you even more when you say, what? She went through that? What? That happened to him? What? That, now you're quadruple mad, and like we were all, and it just, it's painful. It's absolutely horrifying what happened to the kids that night. I mean, there's just no ways around it. Like it was bad.
I'll tell you what, as an IT guy, I can't wait for AI to get rid of some of these prosecutors and some of these judges, because they're not doing a good enough job. And you know what? AI should replace you. You should be kicked out of that place. If this is the way you're going to do your job, or lack of your job, you think you're just done when the gavel comes down and there's a plea deal. Well, guess what? AI will outwork you. It'll work 24/7, 7 days a week. And I'll take those results with perfect finality on dates, times, all the laws. It'll point out when there's duplicates and repeats. Us IT guys will make the system better.
We've been asking
so he's mad at Hitler?
Say again?
He's mad at Hitler?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
He has been. As well as the prosecution. He's mad at them all. Except the people he should be mad at. I mean, I'm granted he should be mad at them too, but there's been nothing at all with Moscow PD. In fact, they glorified them.
I'm gonna need
and you're talking about
to come up here and chit chat with us over this.
Who?
Nothing half-assed.
Oh, Miss Fancy.
Miss Fancy.
You're always welcome to join us, Fancy. I love when you do. The link is pinned here if you'd like to. I just can't believe that statement. When AI needs to replace the judge. Wow. All right, I'm gonna let it play. I gotta go grab my drink. I'll be right back as it's playing. If you need me to back up when I come back, let me know.
Some help from the investigators or the prosecution to come forward, especially with this book that came out, to get rid of some of the untruths in it, to come forward and stand up, and we just get no emails. We don't get anything back. We're just like, can you help us? Can somebody do a press release? Something. I mean, maybe that's totally unheard of. So people are like, oh my God, what you're asking is insane. But what came out in that book being so many lies,
Yep.
it's, and then people start getting mad at us. It's like, why are you mad at us? Get mad at Bill Thompson, get mad at Ann Taylor, get mad at the judge. Like, you're mad at us because, you think that we lied, it's just, it's hard, or that they don't think that we fought for justice hard enough for our daughter. They say it's clear from this book, there's multiple perpetrators, and you guys are disgusting that you were letting him sit in prison when other people are involved.
Well, the book was based off of a defense strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
we've asked, can you help us?
Not factual. Not
Yeah.
factual.
No, all they did was read the report that the defense strategist was going to testify to in trial, and they just regurgitated it and twisted it a couple of different ways. But if people were smart, and they did their homework on who was going to testify, I'm not going to name the person, but ask what university they came from. Number one, I mean, I know the whole backstory. Trust me. And
trust you
when
about
I
as
saw
much as
that
glove,
coming,
motherfucker.
and it won't surprise me if there's more coming. So just always put your seatbelt on. I mean, we've talked about this in the past. So you guys, but I got to tell you, you are galvanized in relationship to now bringing forward just this amazing new adventure here. And when I say adventure, because, I just read that first line off of Meet Kaylee. Okay. And that top line right here, she had a way of making others feel comfortable almost instantly. And, with all of the negative that you've gone through, she's got to be, and your family as a whole have got to be so proud of you parents. I know your other children, and, you've got a lot of personal events, around the corner. You've been through a lot, but tell us about this adventure here. What have you got going here with your foundation now?
Well, first of all, I do want to tell you our web designer, since you have that up, she's amazing. Her name is Celine Charlebois, and she did all this, and it was all as a surprise. I mean, we knew she was working on it, but she would show us phases as she was going. We just told her everything about Kaylee. She said, what pictures do you want? And I said, you pick the pictures. You have access to them all. And so as she was building the page, and I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So it was just amazing how she was building it and then showing us pieces at a time. So we owe everything for this page to Celine. She did just a beautiful job on it.
She did it all free, all volunteer.
All volunteer. And she created Kaylee in the perfect way. So we are so incredibly thankful and blessed for that. But the foundation came to fruition with a lady that I met from North Carolina named Tracy Bracco. When this happened, she started reaching out to our family and sending us cards and notes and stuff like that. And I just really started
her handwriting.
I would always notice her handwriting. She has this amazing handwriting, and I would notice her, and I'd be like, another one, she's sending another card. She would send like weekly cards, just being like, still thinking of you, still haven't left your side, this and that. And I finally just was like, I want to reach out to her. She's just a truly amazing person. And we started phone calls. We started texting, and then we started talking to each other. And that was pretty early on after losing Kaylee. And she became, an amazing friend of mine. We've never met.
I heard you yell something. So how far back do I have to go?
A couple of minutes. It's when McDumnut started talking about the book.
Before this?
Just a little bit, like 20 seconds back further.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, took me so long. All right, let's try that again.
You think that we lied, it's just, it's hard, or that they don't think that we fought for justice hard enough for our daughter. They say it's clear from this book, there's multiple perpetrators, and you guys are disgusting that you were letting him sit in prison when other people are involved.
Well, the book was based off of a defense strategy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
we've asked, can you help us?
Don't make that face yet.
No, all they did was read the report that the defense strategist was going to testify to in trial, and they just regurgitated it and twisted it a couple of different ways.
Twisted it. How did you twist it? You used the reports.
Exactly. He has no clue what he's talking about. Welcome, Karmic. Wow. Wow.
People were smart, and they did their homework on who was going to testify. I'm not going to name the person, but ask what university they came from. Mm-hmm. Number one. I mean, I know the whole backstory, trust me. And, when I saw that coming.
The glove.
What?
We trust him as much as the glove.
I don't. And what he says right here makes no sense.
And it won't surprise me if
wait.
there's more coming.
What university? Who's going to testify? That would have been Brent Turvey
I guess.
or Nodal.
Right. What does the university have to do with it?
Well, what university did he go to?
That's what I mean. That I don't know. Wow. Interesting. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hangman, good to see you guys. True Sleuth, welcome. Moto Man, what's up, brother? Good to see you. There's a link pinned to the top of chat if anybody wants to join me and Miss Tomboy up here. Come on up. Oh, Lord. I knew this was going to cause some tension.
I don't even take blood pressure medicine, but I'm going to need some after this fool.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Welcome, buddy. I figured we'd get to see you. How are you?
Not too bad, Dago. I promise I won't fall asleep on you today.
No, it's all good, buddy. It's all good. All right, on we go.
Well, you probably wouldn't fall asleep, Moto, if you would not be dressed in Eskimo attire.
Yeah, you always look like it's like 13 below zero outside when you come in.
Well, I wake up pretty much in the middle of the night to go to work, so it's a lot cooler than it is during the heat of the day.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I get it.
All right.
Welcome, Tara.
I'll give you that.
Thanks for joining us, Miss Tara. Yeah, this is an interesting interview, Moto. You'll get something a kick out of this for sure, I'm sure.
So just always put your seatbelt on. I mean, we've talked about this in the past, so you guys, but I got to tell you, you are galvanized in relationship to now bringing forward just this amazing new adventure here. And when I say adventure, because, I just read that first line off of Meet Kaylee. Okay. And that top line right here, she had a way of making others feel comfortable almost instantly. And, with all of the negative that you've gone through, she's got to be, and your family as a whole have got to be so proud of you parents. I know your other children, and, you've got a lot of personal events, around the corner. You've been through a lot, but tell us about this adventure here. What have you got going here with your foundation now?
Well, first of all, I do want to tell you our web designer, since you have that up, she's amazing. Her name is Celine Charlebaugh, and she did all this, and it was all as a surprise. I mean, we knew she was working on it, but she would show us phases as she was going. We just told her everything about Kaylee. She said, "What pictures do you want?" And I said, you pick the pictures. You have access to them all. And so as she was building the page, and I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh. So it was just amazing how she was building it and then showing us pieces at a time. So we owe everything for this page to Celine. She did just a beautiful job on it.
She did it all free, all volunteer.
All volunteer. And she created Kaylee in the perfect way. So we are so incredibly thankful and blessed for that. But the foundation came to fruition with a lady that I met from North Carolina named Tracy Bracco. When this happened, she started reaching out to our family and sending us cards and notes and stuff like that. And I just really started
her handwriting.
I would always notice her handwriting. She has this amazing handwriting, and I would notice her, and I'd be like, another one, she's sending another card. She would send like weekly cards, just being like, still thinking of you, still haven't left your side, this and that. And I finally just was like, I want to reach out to her. She's just a truly amazing person. And we started phone calls. We started texting, and then we started talking to each other. And that was pretty early on after losing Kaylee. And she became, an amazing friend of mine. We've never met. She's one of my best friends. And she just stuck by our side, and she knew when we were going to court, and she would text me, take a deep breath, you've got this and that, words of encouragement. We'd get home and we'd have flowers. And when the sentencing happened, instead of the plea deal, well, sentencing still would happen, but with the plea deal, a week later after sentencing, our youngest daughter, Aubrey, was going off to college in Texas. All of our other kids had gone to U of I. It's just a short little jot down the road. So we were like, bye guys, we'll see you next weekend. Well, Texas and your baby, after all this just happened, is a little heavier than see you next weekend, because that's not going to happen. So I was just like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. My life is going to fall apart. I'm going to spiral. And she immediately was like, let's start a foundation. And I was like, I'm just a mom. I would love to do that. That sounds great. I would love to be able to do that for Kaylee, but I don't even know where to start. And she's just like, look, I've got people that I could talk to, and I've got connections here and this and that, and we could do it together. And she just kicked down every barricade that I threw up. She's like, boom, 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 boom. Nope. Now what? And I'd say, well, this or that. And then she'd be like, boom, 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 boom. Nope, we're clear. We got that. And next thing I know, we were building a foundation. And this was back like in August, September. So then we started talking, what is it going to be about? And that took a long time to determine what exactly we wanted to do. At first, we thought we were going to focus on animals because Kaylee loved animals. And then, the IgG thing started floating around, and how important IgG is and how it's new. And so we started talking to labs about that, private accredited labs. And we said, this is it. We want to start paying for funding where these cases don't get sit on a shelf because they're underfunded. Not that they're unsolvable, they're just underfunded. And it's not like we're going to be able to take on $1 million a year. But we'll start where we can. We'll stay in our lane. We'll stay focused. And this is what we're going to do. And her foundation was born on May 1st, so it hasn't been that long. Every connection that we have is a connection that Tracy reached out and made. All of our board members, and we've talked with them all, and it's all because of her, and now we're just like the busiest women in the world. And I'm like, but I'm still just a mom, and we're Zooms every day, and we're talking to CEOs of companies, and they're wanting to get involved, and it just is amazing. And it has changed my life. It's changed my way of thinking. I still have hard days. It's still rough. Losing Kaylee is never far from my mind. But here's the two I've been talking about here, Tracy and Celine, and they're just amazing. And Celine does our social media. You don't even have to ask her to do it. You just see it. And oh my gosh, wow, Celine put this that's so cool. It's just great. They're amazing. And we're just grateful. We're thankful. We're blessed to their families. And we're just going to start kicking butt and taking names and helping these families as much as we can.
Another thing we want to say too is just make it clear, because as we've gone through this, is we're not breaking these cases. These officers, these lead investigators, they've done everything. They've done all the homework.
Yes.
We're just taking their effort and their work, and we're providing funding, because whether people realize it's not, there's all these cases that got to a point of just DNA before IgG even existed.
Yeah.
So there was no line item in a spreadsheet for the government's budget for paying for IgG. We're fighting to get that in Idaho today. So there's all these cases historically that need to be relooked at and funded. And that's what we're just helping. We're just helping these detectives and all these people put this work, and we're just trying to enable them to get enough money so the lab work can be done, and then they'll have way more work.
And the sad thing is there was a statement made on their Facebook page, and somebody was saying, with this amazing new foundation that is being created in Kaylee's name, are you going to test the hair that was found in Ethan's hand to get some answers there? Kristi responded with, I absolutely positively would if it was real. So please kindly go fuck yourself. And I was like, what? And wow.
We know who did it, and it's inmate number yada 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 at IMOC and bitch
She's
get off my
saying that the
face.
hair's not real. Like that statement wasn't real, that there was hair in his hand. That's a lie.
Oh yeah, because remember the book just took what the defense guy said and twisted it and put a spin on it.
Right. Unreal.
To do to go down that list of suspects and maybe take people off of those results, and then they're going to be the ones that are the heroes.
Yeah.
We're just helping.
We are not
connect the dots.
solving any crimes. We will never hold on to any information. It will remain in the line of custody. You know, we just have aligned with several accredited labs throughout the United States, the best of the best. They are on top of things. We talk with them. We meet with them. It is incredible how they're.
No, she's saying that there was not hair found in his hand, and from my understanding, Mandy, that it wasn't even a thing, which is insane. So, absolutely insane. If it comes from Turby or anybody else besides the stupid ass Latah County Prosecutor's Office, they don't believe it, and they don't even like Bill Thompson. So, explain this to me. This is the most dunderfucked mess I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. Again, all due respect to them, but it truly is. On one hand, you're standing here talking about how pathetic and incompetent Bill Thompson is, but won't believe anything that anybody says except for him. Like I said, it's a complete and total dunderfucked mess, folks. It's insane to me.
Yeah, that's pretty, like, man.
There's nothing to say about it, Moto. There's no words for it. It's insane.
It's just utter ignorance.
It is.
It's so we're gonna start a foundation for DNA evidence for IgG work, but we're not gonna bother digging in to see if anybody else was responsible for our own daughter's death.
Thank you.
It's
insane.
She said it was debris falling down to the ground in a dirty room.
And then, I mean, you have the police themselves admitting that there was hair pretty much stuck to the bed, drenched in glue or drenched in blood.
We saw the picture of it.
Yeah, there's a picture of it, but they don't believe it.
There's photographs that exist. So you're going to tell me those were created as well?
Yeah. It gets better and better all the time.
Every time.
Mr. Tardy, yes. Actually, Brett Payne recovered it. That was the K-bar that was retrieved from the tree near Genesee.
Thank you, Frankie, again. The G's don't want you and other creators to dissect the autopsy reports. Kills the BK lone wolf narrative. Kills the... Yes, absolutely, Frankie. That's exactly the conclusion we've mostly all come to. That would be the only thing that makes any sense. And thank you again, my friend, for the other super chat. God bless. And what did William say? William Tardy said something somewhere. I'd taken it. I was going to try to throw it up there. I don't see it, though. Hold on. He said, yes. Third eye not blind. Welcome. Love your name. It has a printout date of August of 25.
I thought Tomboy was just calling me a tard. That's what I thought was going on.
No,
I said Mr. Tardy is what I said.
Can anyone tell me if there was a record on March 19th of 23 for a K-bar that was found? Yeah. That's what she was talking about. Gotcha. Thank you, Tomboy, for answering him. And there you go. Thank you for being here, William. I didn't see you till now. Dina Kessler, welcome.
I think I'm not even going to say what I think because it will not be used against me. But YouTubers aren't the ones getting off on all this shit.
No, we truly aren't. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Smoke and mirrors everywhere. Amen to that one. Light grass, welcome.
I truly believe they don't want the real narrative to come out before 2027.
Well, it would ruin the court case in WSU.
Yep.
There's no smoke and mirrors here because, I mean, they're so bad at hiding their ulterior motive. It's ridiculous.
Right. Good point.
Anyone seen this new story that Character Analysis is pushing around now? A recording of her speaking with someone who Latah County called to tell them they were investigating. In this case, BK was stalking her.
No.
No.
Where's that at?
Character Analysis, whoever that is.
I know who they are. I've seen their channel. Thank you, Amanda. I'll have to look into it. Thank you, dear.
It may
Dog
have been
mom.
BK, but probably certain wasn't Brian Koberger.
No, right. Dog mom,
Character
welcome.
analysis, honestly, is the worst person to do a character analysis of anything or anybody.
Right. Big Dilter channel. Makes sense. Angela. Welcome, Angela, and on we go.
Technology changes and it's getting better. They're like, we're going to laugh at what we're doing this year, next year. We're literally going to, things are evolving so fast in this forensic world, and we're all about it. We're like, let us on. We want to help because we know that IGG solved their case. We know without that, we could be left looking.
That statement makes me insane. I'm going to play that back for you so you hear it clearly one more time.
And we're all about it. We're like, let us on. We want to help because we know that IGG solved their case. We know without that, we could be left looking for a white car manually, with them. It is incredible how they're.
Hold on. I missed the whole mark
Can
there.
you move that banner? Thank you.
Jeez. Pushy.
Listen.
Technology changes and it's getting better. They're like, we're going to laugh at what we're doing this year, next year. We're literally going to, things are evolving so fast in this forensic world, and we're all about it. We're like, let us on. We want to help because we know that IGG solved their case.
We know that IGG solved their case. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Not even remotely close, okay? And that's why Othram has become the superhero of this whole thing, and they're not. IGG did not solve this. Nobody has solved this. Nobody has solved this case, folks. That's a fact, unfortunately, but that's a fact. God.
Bangs are no female's friend.
So ridiculous.
We know without that, we could be left looking for a white car manually, with detectives putting so many hours. And after so many hours, they have to say, you know what? We've got to put this on the back shelf.
Yeah, because
we have other cases that we have to look at. And there is only so much time, to look for that white car. And that's what we would have been left with.
Sure. I want to ask, how did you guys come up with the name Murder Has a Name as your website?
So we were all.
So sorry that that white car had nothing to do with this, but okay. That's my opinion.
Like, do you think
you're all talking?
You think these people are just, trying to get a part of their $400 million bucks? Like, this is the only reason they want to start a foundation with them.
Could be.
I think it should be across the board because there's a lot of states that don't rely on touch or transfer DNA because it's unreliable. And I think it should be across the board. You either all do it or none of you do it. Why do states get to pick and choose what DNA they can use?
Yeah, I
That's a
agree
good
with that.
point. Very good point.
Board, and we were like, we were just throwing out things. We were chat GPT things, and Tracy again, she said, what about murder has a name? Because we really stand behind the thought that victims have names. You remember, anybody can be shown a picture of Ted Bundy and you'll say that's Ted Bundy, but you can
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna let it play. I gotta go run to the bathroom real quick.
put up his
You don't have to
victims
let it play.
and not even know who they are. That should not be. So it's the Kaylee Goncalves Foundation doing business as Murder Has a Name. So murder has a name. In your family, murder might be Jimmy. Murder has a name and it's Jimmy. Murder has a name and it's Sally. In our case, murder has a name and it's Kristi. Or I'm sorry, Kaylee. Murder has a name and it's Kaylee. So we don't want those victims to be forgotten.
What?
When
That was a slip of the tongue.
through that to get to that foundation, then it will be Murder Has a Name, and it'll be that family. So that's how we were thinking of it.
Yes. Yes.
I love the fact that you have so many technology, DNA companies on here.
We're getting more. We have
Oh, yeah.
Zooms next week to add 2 more. And everybody that we have had Zooms with or met with, they have been like, sign us up, let's partner. So we have 2 more and they're big names. So they're coming as well.
Yeah, because
hopefully
some can do like SNP, some can do a new technology with hair. So you come to find out that not all labs have the exact same equipment and have the same sets of processes.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to have them all in contract. So then if a case comes through and an investigator gets a hold of you and says, hey, I'd like to apply, you want that agreement to be in place for that courtroom. So then you can just flow through the natural train that it would normally go through. You're just freeing those taxpayers in that county or that state of having to pay for that. And we'll just step in with the help of all the people who want to be true crime and they really want to help a family.
Because everybody that's donating is part of this. It's if you donated $1 to our foundation, your $1 helped with our mission. Because none of us are taking salaries. None of us are taking salaries. Everything so far that's been paid for, we've done a ton of flyers and we've done business cards. They've either been paid by Tracy and her family or our family. And, our accountant program.
So if I donate money to this foundation, will it be accepted? Because it's from me?
Sluther, which part?
That's my question.
Yeah, I imagine they take anybody's money. I don't think they really
They
care.
take the money from somebody and then turn around and call them trailer trash.
Well, yeah, they would take the money.
What is Sluther saying or asking? I didn't see it. I'm looking. Where's it at, Tomboy?
It's about, Sluther said the part about where they aren't taking salaries.
Oh, yeah, right. She's like right in the midst of that right now. Do you guys believe that? I question that.
No, they won't take a salary, but they'll sell the foundation.
Yeah, and then she said murder has a name and it's Kristi.
I don't understand. Truly, I don't. Like I said, I'd like to see how this goes down. If people donate to this foundation, say creators out here that have these conversations, any of us donate to this foundation in our name as a creator, and then they're gonna accept the money as a donation and turn around and call us trailer trash. How does that work out, guys? Tell me, anybody.
Hey, can we donate and then submit the hair that's glued to the bed with blood?
Yeah. I would donate to support that.
Yeah, I would too.
Makes no sense.
We didn't take it out of the foundation. We paid for it. We want every penny to go to this mission as much as possible. When
what's really astounding, first of all, listening to you guys, you're very excited about this.
Yeah.
I think it's fabulous that you're able to put your energies into this, and truly it comes from your heart. This is a passion project, not even a project. It's just sounds like an outgrowth of your heart. And, you guys never had, to us on the outside, you went through so much with, just after losing Kaylee, with sitting on the sidelines for 4 years, waiting for a trial that never happened. You didn't have any advocates. You still don't have any advocates in Latah County, evident of the fact that they're releasing these documents, something as gut wrenching as autopsy reports, and you still you're ignored. You're not getting any heads up. And yet through all that, you guys now have the capacity to be helping and wanting to help other victim families. That is truly astounding to me in a great way.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I'm laughing at Moto.
Oh,
I want to reiterate something about that helping families. We all know that we went almost 7 weeks without knowing who murdered our daughter. And
we've gone 3.5, almost 4 years without knowing who murdered those kids. So,
Am I correct in saying if it is a 501c3, we have a right to see all their documents?
I believe that's how that works. I do believe that, yes.
That probably would have broke us.
I couldn't even breathe. I didn't know if that person, we knew they were still out there. We didn't know where they were. We didn't know if they were watching us. We didn't know if our younger children that still lived at home. I mean, we're like, should we send them to school? Should we have them escorted to and from their cars? Should they be going to work? Even our older children, were they after Kaylee? So now but maybe it was more of an attack against our family.
And they said it was targeted. They made us believe that they did something that, that made them know that something in the background, we're going to find out.
I couldn't even breathe. I literally was like, and the night that he was arrested, I didn't know if that person.
Listen to that part again.
Well, we knew they were still out there. We didn't know where they were. We didn't know if they were watching us.
She keeps saying they, not he, they. And I know words are words, folks, but I just have to say.
We didn't know if our younger children that still lived at home. We're like, should we send them to school? Should we have them escorted to and from their cars? Should they be going to work? Even our older children, were they after Kaylee? So now but maybe it was more of an attack against our family.
And they said it was targeted. They made us believe that they did something that, that made them know that something in the background, we're going to find out.
I couldn't even.
What is he saying there, you guys? One more time.
Were they after Kaylee? So now but maybe it was more of an attack against our family.
And they said it was targeted. They made us believe that they did something that, that made them know that something in the background, we're going to find out.
Interesting.
I couldn't even breathe. I literally was like, and the night that he was arrested, I had a complete meltdown. It was ironically the night before the celebration of life for Kaylee and Maddie. Their celebration of life was on the 30th, and he was arrested on the 29th. 29th our time, 30th his Pennsylvania time. But
Frankie, again, thank you for that. The G's, Steve mistakenly said Kaylee was it. Yeah, I remember that one. He was talking about Maddie, but I remember. Thank you for the super chat, my friend, once again. Welcome, Sarita Gardner. That's what I'm talking about, Mackenzie. Something in the background. Then again, just be careful because you know how he talks sometimes.
All of our family was in town because of the celebration of life. And Shannon called us at 10:38 that night. And I had just had a meltdown. And I said, Steve, I can't, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, who did this? Who did this? You know, and that weight on our shoulders was just so heavy. Losing your daughter was so heavy. Everything, Maddie, you know, who was another like child to it. I mean, it was just overwhelming. And I mean, I was drowning. And when Shannon called us that night at 10:38 and said, Kristi, they just made an arrest, everything changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed. Did we still lose our daughter? Yes. Were we still dealing with the burden of that? Absolutely. But knowing who did that changed everything. I was like, we're sure this is the person. And he said, yep, this is the person. He's back in Pennsylvania, yada, yada, yada. He is under arrest.
Flying back.
He'll be, you know, this is what's going to happen.
The sky's parting, a little bit of sunlight for the first time in 7 weeks shine down on us. And we realized things just got better.
You know,
that was our first moment to know that things had gotten better.
And it was the day before their celebration of life. Literally, I went running through the house screaming. Everybody comes out of their bedrooms and walking down the stairs and they're like, what is going on? You know, and I'm like, they made an arrest, you know, and I just don't think that anybody that has, if you haven't been in our shoes, how much that means. So if I can be a part of just.
They were both very skeptical. When they first saw Brian, they were like, how he couldn't have done this. How did he do this? I remember that interview.
Did you catch what she said too? They were dealing with the burden of her death.
The burden of her death. Yeah. I heard it. I heard it. But so remember that, guys. They doubted that it was Brian in the beginning. Okay. Right away, as soon as I saw him the first time. So there's that too. I'll just throw that at you. How can she say all this when she blasts Aubrey all over Facebook? She documents when she comes back to Idaho, documents when they go to Texas. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of, with knowing how unsafe things can be, I agree, Jesse. I agree. Considering what they've been through already, it doesn't make sense, but it is a strange word to use, Charlotte. I agree.
It's the simple part of paying for it. And they get that phone call that there has been an arrest made in their 20-year-old case, in their year-old case. We went 7 weeks and it was unbearable. So my heart goes out to these families. Like, I mean, it just kills me thinking that these families don't have answers.
You're working with cases now where I can think of people that haven't known who did it to their child in 30, 40 years. And that's just so overwhelming to think that that if we could do a foundation, who needs help more than somebody like that?
Yeah. And that was another thing, because I think I should write a book and call it 7 weeks. I've thought about it literally, because it was just helplessness, hope.
What about all of the other families, what they were going through for that period of time, up to even now? What about all of them? That's not being mentioned once. And I understand that they're interviewing them, but they claimed more than once that they're speaking for everyone, which I don't think is the fact anymore. But there was a lot of people that were going through this. You weren't the only ones, and I think that needs to be brought into account. So,
hopelessness, torture, torment, fear, anger, everything, every emotion that you, besides any good emotion, you were feeling. My fingertips hurt. The tips of my toes hurt. I mean, everything hurt. It was the craziest thing.
And then add on top of that the craziness in social media and all of the other stuff. I mean, you guys couldn't go anywhere without.
Thank you, Wellington, for that. Hello, Dago in chat. Wishing the best weekend for everybody. Same to you, Wellington. Thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are amazing today. Truly, truly amazing. Thank you so much.
Somebody yelling at you.
Yeah, our house was surrounded. Our house was surrounded with media probably for 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks.
Probably a little longer.
And then it came back once there was arrest, then it started again. But I mean, they just said out there, we had, signs that said keep out, notes that said leave us alone. Our kids would get in their car and leave and have to go through. I mean, and it was just, it was hard. I don't think that most people realize, and some people think that we embellished it.
Yeah, like we liked it, we wanted it. It's like,
and it's like,
we're very
what is wrong with
family.
you? Why would you think that we embellished that?
Do you think that adversity was in preparation for this success?
Definitely, and that's why
Why
you
did
hear
the
us more
house
upbeat, more talking. Nothing's harder than talking about your dead loved one. I mean, that's hard. That's hard. Talking about helping other families, that's easy. Just putting in work, just putting work in an organization and telling people that's so easy. But when we were talking, hours a day sometimes about the most critical, damaging things that happen to our kid, that's hell. That's so much harder than this. So,
and that was our life, and it's still our life. We still talk about, but I mean, it was every day, all day. That was our only conversations. We'd sit there and talk to each other, and we still do. I mean, we do. We still think,
but we have something positive to work.
We do have something positive to work for. And I think Kaylee would be so proud. I mean, Kaylee did watch True Crime. I did watch True Crime. It totally hits different for me now. But when this idea came, I was like, this is exactly. She would have liked for us to feed starving animals too. So maybe if we get really, really big, maybe we could branch off and feed, animals too, or get a big dog farm or something like that. She would love that too, but she would love knowing that we are giving or we are helping in some way.
Yeah. Going from just viewers to participators.
Yes.
I think that's a way better positive message. That's something I knew I could get behind it because I didn't want to just watch it for entertainment purposes. It wasn't until I knew I could play an active role, find a case, and then do something about it that I was like, all right, I'll commit to learning about this stuff.
Steve, I've said this before, like me, you and I have both married so far up, we can't see straight, right? And but I've got to compliment you. You are one strong hombre, man. You really are. And a lot of people read you wrong. They read you wrong because they didn't understand the fact that you're fighting for your daughter. You weren't fighting against the system.
No.
And the perception of that was because you were able to, come at this thing with authenticity, right? I mean, you're the one that got the phone. You guys got the phone call. You guys experienced that grief. You guys had to read it in the newspaper. I mean, all of the stuff that you had to go through. And then when you would say, hey, wait a minute, what about us? Okay. And it's a really interesting phenomena sometimes. Whenever a case hits the court system, the system in our society seems to take, and I think it's a cultural thing. I don't think it's a societal thing. I think it's a cultural thing now, where the victim gets lost, and it becomes the perpetrator. Okay, the perpetrator's rights. This got this perpetrator, that blah blah blah, and through that whole process, it's like they rise, up here, and then the victim is no longer here. But you guys have handled that with such grace and with such, I don't know what's the word,
class and dignity, and you're an inspiration for other victim families.
You are.
You truly are, and there has to be others out there watching you guys and looking at your example, going, man, if they can get through it, I can get through it somehow. Right?
Yeah. And through the whole process, all you've been trying to say is, let us tell you about Kaylee's story.
Dago, can you stop this?
And that's all.
Yep.
Jesse's over here talking about the allocution and why he didn't have to. This is why my brain goes, everybody says, oh, the defense went to the state, blah, 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 blah. I don't think so. I think the state went to the defense and said, here, you plead guilty, we'll take it off the table, and we won't make you allocute because we know this isn't you.
They know that he couldn't, right?
But you're not coming out and saying, oh, this is why we didn't have him allocute. No, all you can fucking say is, oh, because he would have lied anyway. No, that is not why.
Well, it's actually true, because if he would have allocated, he would have been lying, because he wasn't there and doesn't know that information. And they know that if that was proven down the road, it would void the plea deal, period.
Yeah, and none of these parents are saying, well, why didn't you have him allocute? None of these families.
They should be.
You see where their focus is.
Uh-huh.
Moody!
All you've asked.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you've asked. And I can't believe the hate that came your way. And, I know now they're going to have to look past this. And folks are going to have to really take a hard look, because here now in, Kaylee's memory and in Kaylee's,
What about the hate that's coming from their direction towards people that truly just want to see justice for them? That's what's not being talked about.
And I think my whole thing about this is true crimers we're not nitpicking these apart to prove this one is this horrible and this one is this horrible. It's about digging deep to find the truth. And
right.
Families don't want to do that, and I don't know why.
Well, I have an idea now, ever since all this other stuff came forward. Because there's a couple points to that. One, if it's realized that it wasn't Brian, especially not by himself, it destroys that case. Okay? It gives them a good reason for appeal and to overturn the conviction. Also, it could ruin at this point now, it could ruin the WSU lawsuit as well. So
I still think the WSU lawsuit was truly about discovery.
That's what I wanted it to be about, but it doesn't look that way now. It looks like it's about money now. In the beginning, I hoped it was about discovery. And they are the ones that have made it seem like it's about money now, not the discovery.
Well, you have a point there, because again, they're fighting to get things. They're fighting to keep things sealed over there too.
That's my point.
Exactly, Electra. My ears are bleeding as we speak.
Believe me, I know, Electra. I promise you, it's harmful to me too. But this is good to know, because it gives us more of an insight into what they have going on in the background and what their thoughts are. I mean, as much as we already know it, I'm just saying. Just trying to keep up on date with everything, unfortunately. So yes, I know you guys love me to go through this. I do.
Breath. You're helping other families to go through what no human can ever imagine what that feels like unless you've been there. And one of the things I want to tell the audience real fast is, if you have your phone and you're watching this right now, please go to this QR code.
Scan the QR code. You can just put your phone up to the scan. If you're watching on your TV, on your laptop, on your phone, on your any device, and that will take you straight over to the website, the foundation's website that you're seeing right here.
And rather than give any super chats or anything like that to us in this program tonight, go over and hit these monthly circles. It's over here on the right. It says circles. these are monthly support circles for $5, reoccurring 15, 35, whatever you feel comfortable and able to support in behalf of Kaylee and the foundation, because you're not only going to help yourself, because I believe in karma as a whole, okay? But more importantly, you will be in a position to say, hey, I may have done that when they solve another one.
Yep.
And what a great position to be in. What a great opportunity that is. So everybody, again, hit this QR code, okay, and go over and then go to the circles over here. Hang on, I got to jump over to that screen. I apologize. You should see me drive. And go over here. Okay, hit these circles here. Okay, and sign up. We're going to. So as this is exciting stuff. So other news. When at CrimeCon, tell us about what it was like to have, people come up to you and talk to you, and just, I know you mentioned it earlier, but what was that feeling like, knowing that, man, we're here because of Kaylee?
It was overwhelming, but overwhelming in a good way. Like, it really hits home that people really care about what happened. I mean, we had so many people, whether they were telling the truth or not, tell us that when they found out we were coming, that's when they said we're going. So many. And most of the people were from back east.
Yeah.
We would say, oh my gosh, where are you from? And I mean, it was always like back east. It was not like, oh, Idaho, not that it, but I mean, far. And they're like, when we heard that you guys were speakers, we had to come, and you have to sign up to do the meet and greet. You have to be a certain type of member. So, and to think that they chose us to do their meet and greet with, when you could have done it with Chris Hansen, Nancy Grace,
There was another table with all, I think, 4 or 5 subject matter experts that were very well qualified, and people were going through their line to meet them. Our line was still full. Theirs was completed, and they just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. And like she said, people from all over America, people out of the country.
Yeah.
So it was overwhelming to know that there's a lot of compassion and a lot of people that are in the true crime to actually help people.
It put things in such perspective to me where, I had kind of, before CrimeCon, really, I tried not to pay attention to a lot of the hater pages, because there's some hater pages. And now I'm like, they are so irrelevant. Like CrimeCon, meeting these people, thousands of people, it just changed my whole outlook. Like, and I still have people that say, oh, have you seen what she said today? Or have you seen what he said today? And I mean, I'm literally like, and they'll send me a link and I'm like, and I'll say, oh my gosh, that's horrible. Not even looking. And I'm like, I don't even care.
Shame on
I don't even care. Like, there are way too many good to even concentrate. Let that take up headspace at all, especially rent-free for no reason.
That's
like, right. We have a purpose. We have a mission. And
we're making things happen. I'm not going to focus on somebody who's just a troll that's trying to make a couple
running down
dimes.
rabbit holes, chasing these rabbit holes, thinking that they're going to get him out of prison.
Yep.
I'm like,
in the meantime, we're doing IGG and helping a family get somebody out.
You keep hoping that you're going to get him you're going to
break the case
and
rewrite the case.
And he's going to get out.
It's delusional, and it should be just laughed on. I'm just like, babe,
it's comical at this point. I'm like, you know what? It's actually like, it really is, and I'm like, I can't,
But we're also prepared when we go through these cases to help other families get through it. So there's even ones that have warned us, like, I know of a family, but I don't know if they'd be willing to take this media pressure and to go through this all again of having their case relooked at. And I was like, I will volunteer. If they don't want to talk about it and they need somebody to just say, this is where we're at, this is our person, we're going down this path. If they want me to call up the prosecutor, if they want me to talk to their lawyer, I'll do all that stuff, because I feel like that's part of why I was put in this position, why God put me in this place. I'll be that shield. I can stand in there and earn that person and that family's love and trust, and I'll go to bat for them.
You know, one of the families that we are, that is one of these 4 families, you know, fully gave Steve permission, like, please speak on behalf. Please, I wish I could do what you do. Go ahead. And, you know, and Karen always said, always talk about Maddie, this and that, you know, but even, you know, another family said, I wish I could do what you do, Steve, but that's just not me. That's, you know, no one in our
We're
family,
all different. We all have
no
our
one
own
in our
gifts.
family is like that. So, you know, please, you know, like, we support you. We watch you and we're going, yes, go Steve, you know, and we're like, okay, you know, and there's 4 of us. And I respect the way all 4 of our families have met, all differently, but all very respectfully.
And
you know,
genuine. It's all
it just
genuine.
truly shows the difference. I mean, in one case, 4 families handled it totally differently, and it's fine.
And if the 4 kids were sitting in the room, they'd all be 4 different kids. So it's
Yeah.
to be expected, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I have an old saying that says you can't blow out a light bulb. You know, so you guys are rocking it here.
You couldn't even fucking light a light bulb,
all
you
that other
nitwit.
stuff, you know, behind you, you know, that shelf behind me. My dad was he fought in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and both of my parents are buried in Arlington National Cemetery. So I was raised by 2 Marines.
News nature.
Oh, wow, that's tough.
Yeah, and my mother.
You don't cry. They just whip you and make you cry more.
I'll tell you what, man. And my mom used to say, she would pull me aside if I was having a bad day, and she would say, Christopher, and she'd look me right in the eyes, and you know, she'd give me this big hug, but she would hold me and she'd say, Christopher, she says, I want to tell you one thing. And I grew up with this, by the way. Okay. Now you know how I am. She would say, whenever the dragon breathes fire.
Believe me, Chris, we know how you are, sir. Without a doubt.
Pull out your sword and cut its head off.
Wow.
I love you. That was crazy. I thought, oh man, is my mom, you know, off base here? But she was a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so once you came to know her, it made a lot of sense of how I am today and why I'm the fighter that I am. And I don't care what people think about me.
Her love language had dragons in it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Language with dragons.
The thing, and this is why I get so aggravated, because what people don't understand is we do have sources. Okay. Actual sources that will, you know, obviously we're not going to put out there. And I'm talking very highly respected, real deal sources that have given information to make us be on the right track. Okay. If we didn't have that option, we would be still, you know, treading water per se. And that's why we get to be at some point so sure as to what we believe in and feel on things. To hear them say some of the things they're saying, knowing who we've spoken to and what we've been told, is just insane to me. It's completely insane. Knowing how wrong they are in a lot of things. And I'll be honest with you guys, I feel bad for these two in a lot of ways, because they're living like in a bubble. I guess for the most respectful way I can say it. Again, this has nothing to do with them personally, and I feel horrible for what they've been through. It's horrible what has happened to Kaylee and all the other victims and all the other families, but they're not privy to like general information of truth. Okay, and it makes no sense to me how or why. And, you know, the word ignorance is real here with this, and it's not meant in a bad way. They're ignorant to the reality of the truth. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Not because they're ignorant people, like as in ignorant, which you can see it how you want. It's everybody's choice. But ignorant as in unknowledgeable, and they refuse to accept knowledge if it doesn't go into that little bubble they're in. And that's the thing. That's the thing that makes no sense to me. Especially considering how Steve started off in this investigation. Okay? And the things that he's admitted to throughout the investigation and said he's done. You would think he would want absolute truth here. You'd think he would want the knowledge that is out there, that's being put out there. No. No. It's always got to be Brian. Always going to have to be Brian. Even when it's proven, because I believe in my soul that it's going to be proven that it wasn't Brian. They'll never accept that. They'll never accept it. And that, my friends, is a damn shame. Because they're in turn, because of that, their child and all the other victims are not getting actual justice here. Nobody is. And that is sickening to me.
Yeah, and
That's powerful.
Oh, I thought we were
Yeah.
done.
but
Yeah.
but it works.
It's the truth.
It works, and
Yeah,
and that's why I
especially
say I think people read you wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I was very angry and motivated, and I was getting hit with new information, new details every single day, and I was trying to remain cool. But I hope I can course correct to the point where people understand this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make the system better. And it's one thing to complain; it's another thing to actually go to legislators and do things like we're trying to do. So
And
yeah, I agree with that too, Jesse. What they need to be doing, the people they need to be angry with, they're not. They can claim that they are, but they're not doing anything about it. They're suing WSU, wrong place to be suing. They're angry with the wrong people. Go after the people that caused this situation. Go after the people that lied to you for years, that used you as a tool for the media, because that's what they did. They allowed them to run with these crazy ass narratives and all this lying bullshit that was put out to them because they believed it, because they thought they were being told the truth.
Oh, they're tools, all right.
So again, you're wrong and you're mad at the wrong people. The people that want to help you, that truly have your best interest at heart, are all sitting right here watching you right now. The people that you are degrading and discounting and kicking dirt on and calling names, these are the people that really want real justice for you. Truly and honestly. It has nothing to do with money. Nothing at all.
I just feel that it's almost like they're making a mockery of our intelligence.
Well, they have been doing that for the whole time. The whole time. Thank you, Ro. It's insane. It is truly insane.
Okay, you keep
And this
playing. I
is
gotta
not-
hop down. I gotta go play chauffeur.
Bye-bye. Be careful.
Free Uber.
You don't have to do it.
Okay, he can't use his sister's broom. She keeps
Leave him alone. Stop being mean to him.
ruining it.
Goodbye, Tomboy.
Bye.
Amen. Justice delayed is justice. And amen, Tammy. Thank you for saying that. Senior's in the house. What's up, brother? They didn't allow them to go out and push the narrative. They were paid to play the victim, play everyone except the ones at fault. Good point, sir. Kayani, I think I said that right. Welcome. Says, do you think the actual killers or accomplices may have threatened the families, therefore they are pushing for everyone to believe them? Anything's possible. Anything is possible, but they have found out certain things were not true. Okay, this is where I have problems with this. They have been told and they have learned and found that there's some of the things they're saying, let me lower this for a minute, are not true, you guys, that they know are not true, and they're still saying them. That's what I don't understand. That's what makes zero sense to me. You know that this is not true. Okay, so why are you still running with this same narrative, knowing that it's not a fact? That if nothing else, it's a lie. Thank you so much, Enod, for the 5 new memberships. God bless. Very, very much appreciated, guys. You guys are killing me today with these. It looks like Curious Minds, retired FF 1612, Zelda Quigley, and Elizabeth 2576, as well as Cat UV. Welcome to the sauce. We got 50, I think we got about 50 new meatballs in here today. That's amazing. And thank you again so much, Frankie. Damn, you guys are on point today. Well, WSU will settle without admitting liability. It is what big institutions do, and they won't want the full. I agree with that. I agree they don't want it for sure. I just don't understand how, because I don't know. How to look at it. It's wild. I have other expectations for WSU, but I'm probably completely wrong. And I'll say it just for you, Enod. Truly and honestly. There you go. Thank you again, Frankie and Enod. 4 out of 5 of our goals so far today. You guys rock and roll. I love it. Thanks so much, Enod. I hope it does go to trial. I could pray for nothing less than, at the very least. And that should make them happy. Go ahead, Moto. Are you going to say something?
I don't know. I honestly I kind of want to see WSU win this.
I would like to see that too.
And you know what? I would like the best for all the victims in this. Quite honestly, it's just how they're getting to their answers really bothers me.
Amen to that, buddy. Amen to that. All right, my mouse is not cooperating. All right, on we go. Sorry.
So, and we didn't read a book on
How
when
to go through this.
when media comes a knock in after your daughter is brutally murdered with her best friend. This is what you say. This is how you react, and this is what you do. Yeah. So I did just what we felt we needed to do, and if that was the way we said it, a lot of times things got misconstrued. But we didn't know what to do.
We're just standing up for our daughter.
And then, I understand Steve is very literal speaking. So a lot of times people could take that the wrong way. And some people, I would notice some people would understand and they'd be like, that's not what he means. He means blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, exactly. Like some people do understand what Steve is trying to say.
He didn't have to go upstairs, just flew people.
Oh yeah.
They just didn't understand. And I was just like, I don't have enough time on a 2-minute clip to go into great detail on
and when he said that, because that's one thing that people literally always say, why did he say they didn't have to go upstairs? Well, at that time, we were just told minutes before, we have no idea who did this. We don't know if it was a male. We don't know if it was a female. And that's what made him so mad that he was just like, you're telling me that you can't at least say this was a male. You're telling me that a female went in there.
We should be on the lookout for it. So check the community.
He was extremely mad. And if somebody breaks into your car and you
that's not far-fetched, everyone. So to be upset hearing that it could have been a female, or just not to know, give them the time to figure that out. I think there was both involved, male and female. That's me, but.
Well, I wish they'd take the time right now to explain, what he actually meant by his statement there, because I don't think I've ever understood what it meant.
Most people don't. But, people assumed it, and he's saying that they're wrong. And that statement there has nothing to do with going upstairs, whether it was male or female. So don't put that together with that. That's not at all what that means. That would make zero sense, even less. So, yeah, go explain it. Let's hear it.
Don't know who did it at all. You wouldn't say, I don't know his name.
They took my wallet.
I don't know who did it, but they took my wallet. Yeah. It was a way of saying, or I don't know, how they got in, but the back window, or the house was broken into, they came through the back door. Yeah. You wouldn't say he came through the back door or she came through the back door. It's kind of a way of saying it without putting a sex to it. because they just told us. They
Well,
literally.
if I would have said it, they would have thought that I knew from insiders that they told me it was guns.
And he just said they didn't have to go upstairs, meaning they went after one of our girls. I mean, that was clear. The only thing upstairs was Maddie and Kaylee's room. And we knew from the coroner that Maddie and Kaylee were killed first. So
Walk past other victims.
they
so
just
Knew from the coroner that Maddie and Kaylee were killed first. So they didn't have to go upstairs. What? Hold on.
they came through the back door.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say he came through the back door or she came through the back door. It's kind of a way of saying it without putting a sex to it, because they just told us. They
Well,
literally.
if I would have said it, they would have thought that I knew from insiders that they told me it was guns.
And he just said they didn't have to go upstairs, meaning they went after one of our girls. I mean, that was clear. The only thing upstairs was Maddie and Kaylee's room. And we knew from the coroner that Maddie and Kaylee were killed first. So
Walk past other victims.
they
so I knew what
just
was going on.
meant it's an unknown sex, you know? So you couldn't say he or she. So you just say, whoever it was, they didn't have to go upstairs.
So that was my way of saying whoever
And
was
people
upstairs.
just still to this day, let's not forget that he said they. Well, it's like he said they because there was no sexual term put on it. We didn't know he, she. So yeah, we don't know why they went in the house, but they went upstairs.
Yep. So we want Idaho and all of America actually eventually, when it's all said and done, to be a safer and better place. And like we saying before off the script that I'd love for us to go to CrimeCon, and every year it got a little bit lower and we had less these type of murders and these type of things get to the point where we all go there and talk about how there's none. That would be beautiful. So that's the goal. And I've always played sports. I've always been competitive, gone through my whole life since I was just a little, 2-foot kid all the way through. So this is how we'll do it. We'll try to make the system better, and we'll partner with guys like you two. And you guys have been doing it a lot longer than us.
Yeah.
And you have a lot more wisdom and experience, and that's why we're here. And we hope to help another family.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that talk.
Little Juju.
It's perfect. If he's just so
She.
perfect. She. I don't know. Yeah, you guys know. What? Any other false narratives that you guys want to address? I mean, just kind of just an open-ended question. Is there anything out there that absolutely drives you crazy that you want the public to say, look, enough?
Actually, there is. This one really gets me, and I'm so tired of hearing it.
Okay.
That we only speak and we only went to CrimeCon and we only are here on shows like yours tonight because we are making money off of our daughter's murder. We are grifters, and that's all it's about. We don't even care about Kaylee. We just want the money, 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 money. They just want money. And I want to be very clear that we have never been paid for one single interview. And let's talk about the GoFundMe. When the GoFundMe was for trial, the 3 months that we planned on being away, we offered every penny back. We understood that we weren't going to trial. And we said several times on our family page where we promoted the GoFundMe, said, if you want your money back, please let us know. We will give you your money back. Just tell us the date, the amount, and your name. And we had already talked to GoFundMe. They said we would be able to locate it like that.
Yeah, GoFundMe told us, anonymous people, we can't even disclose that to you. But if they disclose themselves and give the time and the date of what they did, then we will issue that back to them. But we'll still never tell you who it was, because that's how our platform works. So.
And Steve even did an interview in People magazine and spoke of that. So we tried to cover all of our bases. One person got a hold of us, and they actually tried to swindle us out of $4,000.
Yeah, they should have.
One person got in touch with us, said, my name is this. I donated on this day, and I donated $4,000, and I desperately need it back. We got a hold of GoFundMe. They went through their things, and they said, first of all, nobody donated
that amount,
$4,000.
let alone that date.
Not on that date. what is this name again? They did everything. We worked with them for like 3 days trying to locate this person. She insisted.
So they're like,
finally, I pulled the plug and I said, look, you are trying to scam us and shame on you. And she was like, gone.
But wait a minute, Kristi, you mean you didn't have a Nigerian prince family member and they had money in the bank for you for your inheritance?
Yes.
No,
Just send us your bank account and we'll deposit the money rapidly.
Just the fact that happened, Kristi and Steve, is, speaks volumes for what you guys have been put through needlessly by.
Yeah.
If that really happened, shame on whoever did that. But that's insane. I don't know. I don't know what I think on that.
And in the end, 99% of the people, 0.9 are good and did the right thing. And there's just that one little fraction that they're the pro burgers.
I think he said it was a pro burger, Jen, not a co-burger.
Yeah, it must have been one of us.
Yeah, it had to be somebody that's actually wanting to support them.
And the people that complain, when I ask them, did you donate to our GoFundMe? Because if you did, please let me know your name, the amount you donated, and the date you donated, and I will get you your money back. Well, you don't hear anything, but it sure is something they like to talk about. So GoFundMe, we offered every penny back if you wanted it. And we have never been paid for a single interview or a documentary. Never.
And another small one too, just for those people out there, just to destroy their narratives. Kaylee and us, we loved her to the bit. She was here the very last week before she passed away. She went with her mother to go get a car. People would try to say that there was some kind of family rift.
Yeah.
She wasn't staying with us. Just complete lies.
They said that we were not estranged.
Yeah.
That she was estranged from our family, that she didn't even talk to us. Matter of fact, she lived with her grandma. Well, the funny thing is, grandma lives with us because that's my mom. And when my dad...
No, she was staying with her aunt, not her grandma.
Dad passed away in 2016. We moved my grandma in with us. So, no, I mean, I talked to Kaylee the day that she passed away or the night before. She was texting me. She was sending me pictures of her and Maddie. She never had any of us blocked on media, any type of media.
We're a very close family.
We've never been estranged from her. Neither has any of her siblings. I mean, they may have, back in 8th grade and 6th grade or something, been like, I'm blocking you or something like that. But as adults, there was no estrangement. Absolutely untrue. She did talk to us all the time. All of us.
Yeah, we did take her Subaru money.
And Steve didn't try to steal her money from her car when she sold the Subaru. He was with her.
I was with her.
Because it was a cash deal. So he's like, I'm going with you, honey.
Safety.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy could pull out a gun or something and rob you. So grab the pink slip and take off. So
yeah.
I was
He went
I'll
with
be
her.
There.
But we've been told.
We went to a Walmart parking lot.
We were told, we've seen it all the time that Steve took the money. And in actuality, we bought the Subaru. So in actuality, the money did belong to us. But we gave it to Kaylee. We're like, no, Kaylee, you go. You're going to get a new car tomorrow. I'll go with you. Use that money for your down payment. But no, we didn't take a penny of her Subaru money. And he was 100% with her. Yeah. So that's another one. People love to talk about that too.
Well,
so weird.
It's easy. If you still want to support the victims and you want to talk bad about their parents, then you create this narrative that that you could do both. You could support Kaylee and then rip the parents, when in reality, Kaylee would want nothing to do with anyone who was talking bad about her mom or dad. Ethan would want nothing to do with someone who was talking bad about his mom and dad, and right on down the line. So don't let people do that,
Yeah.
It's see through that. I hope people see through that.
It's just, those are three that you just repeatedly see over and over. And it's like, oh my gosh, where do you even get this? Where it even says in the police reports that she was with her mother and her grandma's when she bought her car, which was 2 days before she died.
Yeah, how many college girls go with their mother and their grandmas to go car shopping? I mean, that kind of.
I stayed home from work. I called in sick to work and was like, okay, fine.
Another little story, but she was saying how hard it was to get Bree to go to college. This is the mother that held Bree back one extra year so she wouldn't go to kindergarten, or was it preschool? I think it was kindergarten. She wouldn't put her in kindergarten because she was like, I'm just not ready for her to go.
Well, her birthday's in August, so you had to be 6 by August 1st, which she was, but she just turned 6, barely. So I was just like, she's too young. I'm keeping her home another year.
And you never regret that decision.
I didn't. No, never.
I was like, the competitive part of me was like, get that girl. She's ready. She's ready.
She was ready, but not to leave me. I was not ready for her.
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready for her to leave me. So I was like, she's staying home when we're here.
But she's doing good. She just got her first year. Her worst grade was 94%. And I talked to her about that. We got to get that up. But she's doing really good.
Yeah. What about, it's crazy. How did you navigate that though? It had to be extremely difficult listening and then thinking about it, because I can only, we can only measure our experience, right? I mean, and, the craziness of, all of that in of itself. But you guys, I had an aha moment when I was driving one day after the death of our son, and I was driving, and I remember listening to the radio station, and I was having a moment where, I was crying in the car, I'm just like meltdown. And all of a sudden I heard on the radio a news story about a father in, I think he was in Arizona, if I remember correctly. And he woke up after an automobile accident, and he lost 5 kids and his wife in the automobile accident.
I think that was local here.
Do you guys remember that?
Yes, I do. It might have been a similar case, but we had somebody here in our
just
community.
like that. The whole
it may have been your community. Okay. And anyway, it was right around 2005, 2006, in and around that area. But I was like, we were like 3 years into it. Okay. Our situation, nothing compared to yours, by the way. And so forgive me, but anyway, I had an aha moment, and it was like, holy cow, our situation's bad, but it's not that bad. I know that sounds weird to say that, but I think it's a reality take on, what was going on, right, in our life, and through these different phases of our lives, where you guys now are you're taking all of this, all of the love you have for your daughter and for your family, and you're putting it to work, you're empowering it. And it just shows so much about your characters, the fact that you're empowering it to help other people. And the fact that people come at you, we're going, well, you're benefiting off your daughter, et cetera. That's just ludicrous. It's ludicrous, because you could do that. People do that. I mean, but you haven't, you are no way in shape or form connected to emotionally, spiritually, or whatever, the universe is on schedule. Are you connected that way?
And the other thing too is, I feel like, Kristi and Steve, it's over, but there's sort of this, it's not over. Every time a new book comes out, every time, a movie comes out, every time something, we don't even know, there may be another public document release.
We do know there is, because there's
coming up,
25.
right?
The year 2025, we still got to get 24 and 23, and then at the end of 22.
So I think the fact that you're not through this and dealing with it, you're still in it. You're still dealing with this, all of this, and yet you're still able to direct your energy, your passion into this new foundation, and to truly want to help other families. I just think it's remarkable and commendable. And to Chris's point, it really shows the love you guys have in your hearts, because it's not over, right? This didn't happen 10 years ago and there's a finality and, no, you're still living it sometimes day to day. So
Thank you again, Frankie. God bless. Very much appreciated.
Or
Truly.
moment to moment to
or
moment.
moment to moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Persuasion needs to persuade. Travis says that a lot. Yes, agreed.
We understand that, when all the cameras go away and, it's 3:00 in the morning and it's just the two of you looking at each other going, why are we here? What's going on here? Okay. And it never makes sense, right? It'll never, you'll never make sense of it. And so, our friendship to you and our advice, go pressing forward, we're into 23 years now into us, into our situation. And it feels like it was yesterday. I mean, I had a friend of mine the other day talk about it. Actually, he's coming here this Saturday. And he's like, how are you guys doing? We're doing. We love you guys. How are you? What's going on? Let's talk about you. And it's almost like you don't want to talk about it, because, you don't know how to make sense of it. And I just admire the two of you, that the fact that you have put, what's a good way? I want to make sure that I'm saying it appropriately for Kaylee. That you've empowered so many people.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Thank you.
You nailed it. We're trying to take all this positive energy that people have put into our hearts with our mailbox, sending us stuff, and we're saying, we owe those people.
You're giving us strength.
Yep. They were our medicine, and now let's turn that straight in and pass it on to the next family, because we can help them, because we do have insider information on how this works, and we can pass that on with the audience that we've created. We're sharing with you right now, and we can just pass that straight into a family and make the system better. It
gives us strength. And I do want to reiterate on something that you said, where you said, you heard that story and you thought, wow, I thought we had it bad, but this person really has it bad. That's how we feel about people who don't have answers. Like, look, we think it's so bad that we don't know why he did it. We don't have a motive, but that's nothing compared to not knowing who did this crime.
Right.
So, we're like, we think we have it so bad, but.
And that, excuse me, that, Kristi, is exactly why we want you to have the real answers and the true answers, because you don't. As much as you can't stand us, we all want you as parents to have the real and true answers to what happened to your daughter. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. And you look right past that point and just completely ignore it. That's why we do what we do. It's nothing for nothing other than that. And it just makes no sense. Welcome, Jesse.
At least we know what we feel is part of the worst of a murder.
Yeah, if we didn't have someone, guess how many people would be saying I was the guy. Yeah.
Oh, they still do.
Yeah.
But I mean,
So those families are getting that kind of hate too, where they're if you don't have a suspect, then you're going to say that the family is. So it's another way of torturing them. That's super unfair. That if we could end that right off the bat.
I think about John Ramsey all the time, is one. And I think this poor man, and he lost a child before John Bonet, and I think, you know what? Yes,
he deserves.
We lost our child in a horrific way, but you know what? There's still people out there that are dealing with a greater loss, and it's hard to put into words. I mean, there is no greater loss than your child. There's not. But when these families have lost two children, they don't know what happened to their child, or their child was found years later, in a field. That's bad. That's so bad.
In that way, Ramsey has helped us snap out of it.
Yeah.
And be like, that man had it worse. Him and his wife had it worse than we did. So let's just put our boots back on and start working.
Yeah.
Sure.
Honestly. And I was able to talk to John and we had an amazing conversation. Ashley Banfield put us in contact and we shot each other back and forth some text messages and he's a fantastic man.
He's a fine.
And our prayers are always with them. Always.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know the Cold Case Foundation. We've been working with him for the last year behind the scenes.
Good. I hope that
We've
Let's
had.
go.
I had a meeting with him yesterday.
He's a great man.
3.5 hours. So
how big would that be? How huge would that be for the community?
And all he's asking for is what you guys are now setting up. He just wants them to say, test it. That's it.
Yeah, test the DNA
Test
that
the
they've had.
DNA.
And if that's the case, then test the hair and stop denying it.
For 30 years.
Yeah. Well, they
Retest it.
I don't know if you guys knew, but 97, they knew he was not the donor of that unknown male DNA.
And they didn't come out and just clear them and be, I challenge the same thing. I said, clear out these people. These kids have given their DNA, clear them out because when they apply for a job in 10 years, somebody's going to Google search. And I want that to be like paramount. These kids were cleared right off the bat.
They sent him a letter in 2008 saying you've been cleared. What they knew in 1997.
That's not right.
No,
That's
and
not right.
it was underneath her fingernails, John Benet's fingernails.
Nowadays, what we're learning is for $10,000, you could just do it yourself. It'd be tricky because you need a court for the chain of command, but you could just paint yourself and say, I'm clearing my own name. Nobody's going to do this to me.
Yeah.
That's another thing that we are promoting. If you saw on our page, GEDmatch. GEDmatch is a huge forensic tool for investigators. So we are really big on that. It's obviously very controversial and you will never be able to reach everyone with that message to upload your DNA to GEDmatch. Some people are like, oh my gosh, no way. That's, I would never do it. I get it. We'll never reach you. But if we could reach 100 people, 500 people that have done these DNA testing, these kits online, you could upload to GEDmatch for free. They give you step-by-step instructions, like with these different tests. If you have this one, click here. And you can opt in and they also have some fun little hereditary heritage, genealogy tools, ancestry tools.
Nope, you couldn't pay me to do it now. No way.
That they offer 3 really cool for free, and then you could also pay for other type of deeper dives into your genealogy.
Steve and Kristi should donate their DNA.
I get it. We're not going to reach everybody, and I'm not.
What'd you say?
I said Steve and Kristi should donate their own DNA.
Yeah, you think they're going to? Come on now.
Hell no.
Exactly. GEDmatch Pro is the shady shit. 100%, bro. There's nobody that's going to do this nowadays. Not after all this. No way. Good luck with that one.
I'm going to sit here and fight with people about it either, or be attacked over it. If you've had something happen to you, like us, the importance of building these trees is the future of crimes.
It's an identification service.
Yes, and hopefully it gets to where criminals might start getting intimidated to say, you know what, there's CCTVs everywhere. This forensic DNA has gotten so crazy good. Maybe I'm not going to do this crime because my chances of getting caught are really, really high. So even if, one person decides not to do a crime just because of the advancement in the technology, great, fantastic. That's one less crime. But these
life saved.
with GEDmatch, they're amazing. GEDmatch is amazing, and it's a huge forensic tool. And we stand behind it 100%. Yeah, 100%.
So that would be a way people could get involved.
Absolutely.
And help with your foundation.
That's how we say, how can you help? You could upload a GEDmatch. Or you could, you could donate to our mission, to our cause. But we do say upload to GEDmatch. How
And
can you
you know
help?
what's kind of crazy is people go to Disney World or Disneyland and they walk in and they put their thumb down.
Right?
And they collect that.
Hmm?
They collect that. Yet they'll go DNA. Are you kidding me? Well, they've already got you. If you went to Disneyland,
You go to an airport, they're scanning your face, whether they're taking a picture of your face.
Yeah.
Facial recognizing you, right off
You
the bat.
travel internationally, they take your handprint.
If you don't want it to be a problem, here's the rule. It's called the golden rule. You treat everyone the way you want to be treated, and you'll never have a problem. You will never have a problem.
They're not going to go dip into a GEDmatch and steal somebody's DNA and go put it at a crime scene and be like, "We got you." It
Didn't work for Brian, did it?
Doesn't happen at
It
all.
doesn't happen.
Walk around.
Say that again, bud.
I said it didn't work for Brian, did it?
Sure didn't. Sure didn't. So ridiculous. This is just utter nonsense here at the end.
I'm telling some guy to spit in the tube. I'm gonna spit in here a couple more times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upload you.
We need to frame somebody.
If it was
You
that
know?
easy, right? If it was that,
No.
they had to pick up a pizza box off of.
Somebody's watched too many movies.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Do we have some questions?
Yeah, unfortunately, we watched this fucking movie.
This movie's the one. Too many movies, huh? Until it happens to you, and then you'll see.
Well, it's funny. They're
Unbelievable.
they're even joking about it. Like,
Oh, I know. God forbid anybody else does, though.
hypocrite.
Oh, the hypocrisy is completely unorthodox and so far out.
I mean,
It
I
makes-
think McDonough's even kind of like thinking, "What the hell?"
More than likely, if he can think that hard. They don't believe this is probably why they don't believe in the possibilities of what's going on within this case, because they don't believe in this stuff. They don't believe that people do this stuff. These are the type of people that are afraid to buck the system, okay? Because they don't think it actually happens, but it's happening right in front of their face. That's the
Oh,
thing that doesn't
absolutely.
make sense to me.
If they actually looked at the evidence, they'd be able to read a chapter of Brian's book, which explains, what happens in a lot of these cases.
100%. Yep. It's about done, Lana. No worries there. That's what's killing me. They don't think these things actually happen. Go look at some cold cases or some older cases. Go read the book Framed. These are all true stories in the book Framed. Every damn one of them. Okay? And if you're going to tell me that this doesn't happen, it happened right there in your state with the chiropractor. But it doesn't happen with the same officers involved in the case with your daughter. But it doesn't happen. Okay. So they're either completely just gone from it, they don't get it, or they do know the truth and they're playing it off as though they don't. That's how I see this. Honestly. There's another narrative rolling in their background, in my opinion.
Well, they made another movie about this. It was called Clueless.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. Makes perfect sense. It's going to be, there's stuff about this inside Ray's book. Whenever it gets here, I'll be sharing that with you guys. Because it says it in there. It says it in Framed, guys. This, I'm telling you. This book right here has multiple stories. Okay? That John Grisham and Jim McCloskey put together. That they have pulled right out of court systems. Okay? Court cases. This is real. This is absolutely nonfiction. So you're going to tell me that this doesn't happen, but every story that I've read about in here, and there's some doozies in here, folks, of people being framed and completely corrupt prosecution and judges and law enforcement, all of it. It's all in here, and there's more. This story here, the innocent man, is another whole story. This is insane. I'm telling you. This shit happens every single day. It's happening right now as we're talking about it with somebody else, okay? Stephen Avery in that book, no. All I'm saying is you need to open your eyes to the world. open your eyes to the world and accept the fact that these things are happening. Okay, they're happening to you. They're happening to everyone. You need to get that. That's why they're not accepting any. They won't accept any of this because they don't believe in it. And it's not that it's something to believe in. It's a real thing, folks. This is not something you need to grow to understand. It's there. And it's happening to them and around them. They refuse to accept it. And that is so sad to me. They're like you said, clueless. They're absolutely clueless to it. Or they absolutely know and there's another narrative rolling in the background. That's all I'm saying.
For Kristi and Steve?
Let me check to see if there's any questions. Okay. One of them is how can, well, you just answered it
that. Yep.
With Kay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your past could save somebody's future. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, your past can save somebody's, future.
Yeah.
Not a lot of, there aren't really any questions. It's more of, we love you guys. Thank you so much. I mean, it's
you guys.
Just great stuff. Just
putting up with their dog snoring in your audience's ears.
We'll put up with that puppy any day of the week. Any day of the week. Well,
there
have
are
a great
babies.
night, Electra.
I'm sorry. There are new fur children. We're empty nesters. Although Aubrey is home for college, and I'm like, you're killing me, kid. Pick up your stuff.
Yeah, how's the school going? By the way, how's the graduate soon to be?
She is doing great. She's going back next year back down to Texas. She loves Texas. She's
what sorority is she? Zeta?
She's a Zeta down at Baylor, and she is killing it. And she is home for the summer, and all she ever wants is for me to take her to breakfast, take her out to lunch, go get her
tank up,
fill her tank up.
I'll go to the gas station, fill her tank up.
We're like, money. That's all you want from us. Go back to Texas. Yeah. Although she gets it from us in Texas too.
That's a great school.
Yeah. That's why her worst grade was 94%, and I told her you got to get that up. We got to get that in the 99% range.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not going to cut it with that. We're not okay with
that. Has she heard the song "Choosing Texas" from Ellie? What's her name?
Ella Langley.
Ella Langley.
I'll ask her. She likes that country music. She's gone to a couple little concerts. Well, her and her sisters are all they like the country music as well.
Yeah, it's a great state. It's a great state, really is.
Well, Steve and Kristi, thank you again for coming on and sharing so much with us and our audience. Will you please come back and give us an update on your foundation and how you guys are doing?
Okay, we made it through it, and I'm sorry, you guys. Jesus. What a mess. I don't even know what to say. It's sad. It's sad in one way and angering in another, if you know what I mean by that. It's so... God. I need to do a poll. That was asked of me earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and do it now that we're through that. Give me a minute. Where's it at?
I figured out there is one way you can fix stupid. You just kind of...
How is that? What'd you say?
I said you just have to shoot it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So this poll, somebody had requested this earlier. Do you believe that people will get paid within the foundation? Yes, no, and I don't care. Wait a minute. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I put it in the wrong plot. And it's off. Make sure you guys poll on it, vote on it, please. Becky. Good to see you, dear. Miss Cat. So what'd you think of that? Honestly, bro.
I, I don't know. I felt like shooting myself halfway through it.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting, for sure.
You know what? I can't, like, I
Poll.
know not a lot of people like, Chris McDonough, but you know what? There's been a few things that he's done that haven't been too bad, but I mean, if this guy is really the person that's leading a cold case investigative team, I mean, oh, you guys are in trouble.
My problem, I never had problems with Chris until he went after that young kid. That that was bad. That's when I lost absolute
I don't
respect
know.
for
I don't
him.
know what happened around that.
That was a bad situation. I can't remember details right now. He really he just it was bad, guys. I remember there was accusational stuff going on that he swore up and down and was accusing this kid of being committing a crime that never happened, that he didn't do, and blah 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 blah, and a bunch of other stuff. And he's done things in other cases too. So and then what he did with the glove, he lied in the Idaho 4 case with he made something up and all this stuff. I mean, I just don't trust him at all. So he's
Well, him and
not.
his wife were going at the case like in a really kind of a neat way at the very beginning. It was right before they caught Koberger, but as soon as they caught Koberger, it's like the whole thing just disappeared. It's like they just ignored it. They just went with what the state brought and what the prosecution was saying.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, and yeah, Teresa's right. He used the read technique on a child. You don't do that. It was disgusting. Very disgusting.
Hey, I gotta step down though. My wife's
Okay. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you. So there again, I know that was probably traumatic for a lot of you guys. And you see who they're going to interview. They won't ever come to talk to anybody about anything else. If anybody believes that anything that has been stated is wrong within what happened within that case, they don't want to talk to them. And I don't understand that. Like, it is what it is, but just keep pushing untruth because that's all they're doing. They know things are not true and they're allowing for it to be said. They're pushing it. It blows my mind. And again, like I said, every one of us is here because we want to see their daughter get like true justice, and they won't happen. I've tried, Kathleen. They won't respond. Which I'm not surprised, but I've tried. Long time ago, I tried, even before it got this bad. All right, let me see something else here. There was something else I want you guys to see real quick. Give me a second. One minute. I'm going to point something else out here. Due to the guest that we have joining us tomorrow afternoon, just to catch you guys up a little bit, let me show you here. Well, actually, it looks like Harsh covered it too. So why this is such a big deal, folks, and we're going to get into this tomorrow as well. Yes, Tiki, and I appreciate every one of you sitting through the whole thing. You guys are amazing, and I love you all. God bless and thank you. So this is why I'm so frustrated with them, why I'm so frustrated with the case in itself. Tomorrow evening, we're going to be joined by this young lady. She's very, very smart, very, very good at what she talks about and what she does. Miss Audrey from Glitch DNA will be here tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself, Miss Logan, Miss Kim, and Mikey. And this is part of what the conversation is going to, be part. This is an older video she did months back, but this is the point. This is the point. This is what the Goncalves family needs to pay attention to. Okay, and people like the people that try to attack us, they need to see these things, and they deny it. They ignore it. That's the thing that kills me. They don't want to hear it because it doesn't fit their narrative, but these are facts. So, listen to this, guys.
And it's bigger than just this one case. Hi, everyone. You all may be clicking on this video because you just watched Pav's latest video. If you haven't, please watch Pav's video titled The Revealing Leah Larkin Says the DNA on the Sheath is Not Brian Kohberger's first. That's linked below. I've also linked Queens of Custody Off the Clock with Kristen and Sam's video titled The Truth in the Idaho 4 DNA Evidence at Glitch DNA Lab Exposes Key Findings, where all three of us go into this very issue. I've also written an analysis on this issue titled Glitch DNA, Drift, CODIS, and IgG, a long-form primer, Idaho v. Kohberger. All three of these are linked below, and I will pin them as well. And I want to be clear. I don't solve murders. I don't do whodunit. I don't know what happened inside that house. I can only tell you what I see and don't see in the paperwork. And the most glaring would be the so-called quote-unquote match. It's blacked out in the ISP lab reports and has not been shown to the public as of today, February 6, 2026. So Q1.1 and I go way back. The very light gray trace DNA found on the strap, not the snap, of the sheath, even before I knew its name, Q1.1. The second I heard the state and mainstream media say DNA, I had a strong feeling what type of DNA Q1.1 actually is. Specifically, how they didn't talk about it. I've been following that instinct ever since. It started with sharing scholarly journals about trace DNA on Twitter to get people to slow down before they decide what Q1.1 is and its meaning in this case. Trace DNA needs caution, according to NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. Many of you already know this. Some of you who are new may not. But I am formally trained to appeal systems with policy language. I'm trained to spot anomalies and formally appeal documentation about my findings. I've always maintained Q1.1 may not be Brian Kohberger's DNA. My entire channel is dedicated to slowing down and showing trace DNA is different. Even if the DNA is Kohberger's, there's no way to know how or what time Q1.1, a gray trace, arrived on a floppy strap sewed glitter cloud, because trace DNA is different. Then adding IgG into the mix is adding uncertainty to an already questionable profile. I have several videos on how octillion signals instability, not certainty in this case. Yes, Bob, I believe the likelihood ratio should be a lot lower. It should ask a different hypothesis, reference a different population, and come with caution about what trace DNA is, and that it might not be crime time DNA in any case, not just this one, and that Brian Kohberger might be on the wrong family branch. which are all things that NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, warn against with trace DNA. I've done a 4-pack live stream series. Each live is about 5 hours long on that NIST report. Forensic DNA interpretation, human factors through a systems approach. I've linked that below too. On this channel, there are posts and videos showing that a trace DNA event may not be the same event as when blood was shed during crime time. That trace DNA may not be crime time DNA at all. Trace DNA holds less weight than blood DNA. What DNA is and how it behaves in a live environment, according to NIST, the National Institutes of Standards and Technology, and what they describe as activity level propositions, the prosecutor's fallacy, the inconclusive fallacy, wrongful convictions, even after pleas, things like, according to the state, Q1.1 could actually be an inconclusive result for Brian Kohberger. Again, we don't know because the STR and the other data for Q1.1 and Brian Kohberger are still not public as of today. More than 3 years later, the STR table is blacked out in the lab report. The quote unquote match only shows that quote unquote just trust us type of data, type of non-data. DNA admissibility issues in the US judicial system, rules of evidence to the defense, Brian Kohberger could be inconclusive or even excluded because according to Bicca Barlow, Q1.1 is partial and ambiguous. There is data available that supports that statement. There is data that shows lab failures, which can be normal, but caution and confidence in Q1.1 matching Brian Kohberger should come down. Q1.1 could be a mixture. The thresholds used were not released to the public, and I don't know what the defense received in discovery. Also on this channel, I've talked about how thresholds, policy, and profiles like Q1.1 are interpretation heavy. The data isn't as straightforward as a blood stain can be. And all of this that I've talked about on my channel is all relevant to the DNA slot machine and how all of this is possible. And there is a pattern for this possibility. I have videos and posts about the LR used in this case and how it's the wrong scientific tool, asking the wrong question about the reference population, among many, many other topics. And it's bigger than just this one case that show the pattern that Q1.1 needs caution. I've posed questions and posts and live streams and videos and asked, is trace DNA safe enough for a death penalty eligible case? I've asked the question if Idaho's pre-2025 coroner system is safe enough for a death eligible case anchored by trace DNA. There is a pattern here. For the 2.5 years I've been on social media, a 1.5 years here on YouTube, and for less than a year on Substack, I've been stuck.
Thank you again, Frankie. God bless, my friend. God, you're really helping with those super chats today. Very amazing, and thank you. I hope you did get something out of it.
Stubbornly and relentlessly trying to show that pattern. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's bigger than just this one case. This is all before you get to IGG in the evidence pipeline. So yes, Bob, I do believe Leah Larkin is saying Ortham had the wrong family branch and low matches. I've always maintained Ortham is downstream, which means they will inherit every issue about Q1.1 that is started from the scene to how it's collected to the Idaho State Forensics Lab. I've been seeing less and less people using Ortham to support what another lab did with Q1.1, which is good. I don't believe it's an accurate way in this specific case to compare or confirm DNA data with what ISP Lab did versus what Ortham did. But as it stands now, Ortham is downstream. They would have inherited whatever problems Q1.1 has from scene into the 2 forensic timelines, I've shown in my videos where the forensic team notates right in their notes, documented as found because detectives moved furniture and beds. Detectives may have compromised some of the samples during collection. Detectives renumbered the evidence, and a state analyst had to officially correct her testimony on the record. I have a video called The Silo Effect that goes more into detail about that. And in that video, I referenced Pav's video where he demonstrates blood transfer in transitional spaces, ping pong table area, the half wall, and the stairwell. Pav demonstrates that these areas were not consistently considered part of the crime. Pav made an excellent demonstration. I'll link Pav's video below as well. My point.
I think, by the way, you guys, the pink thing, I think that's a light she has. I don't think everything in there is pink. It's just a light lighting it all up.
Is when the crime scene isn't consistent in the record, the disturbance of the crime scene by detectives, the dilution of blood samples by detectives collecting techniques. These are a part of the same pattern that Q1.1 may not be crime time DNA, and Kohberger is likely in the wrong family branch. Pav explains it better than I do in many aspects. I try to show the pattern in the policy language, but I also try to get it as close to common language as I can. So you can see the pattern and don't have to take my word for it. You can see the same paperwork and policy from NIST that I'm looking at for yourself. I've been delicate on how I talk about Ortham because many get caught in that trap of using Ortham's work, the work that possibly has Brian Kohberger on the wrong branch, as a way to legitimize Q1.1 in this specific case. I'm not saying that IGG doesn't work in other cases. I'm specifically talking about Q1.1 in this case. And the problems from that start before Ortham received Q1.1. And when Ortham did receive it, it inherited all of the issues that came with it. Again, Ortham is downstream. They inherited the problems with Q1.1 and also issues with activity level. So I think Pav has excellently articulated how Leah Larkin probably does believe Brian Kohberger's name is on the wrong family branch. My instincts have told me that these have been issues with Q1.1 all along. It's not like I just woke up one day and thought this. No. I had a gut instinct about this pattern with Q1.1 since the state and the mainstream media said DNA 3 years ago. It's taken me a long time to slowly show what trace DNA is and what it might mean in this case. I've been showing how trace DNA works. I started with one trace DNA scholarly journal and I posted it to Twitter. I've been in the YouTube chats for about 3 years. I've been on X for about 2.5 years, on YouTube for about 1.5 years, and now on Substack for under a year. Many of you have seen me as Audrey Cakes, Audrey C's DNA Podcast, Trace DNA Lab, and now Glitch DNA Lab and Biojustice. I've stubbornly and relentlessly have shown on X, here on my YouTube channel, through videos, community posts, shorts, forensic pop music videos, and live streams. I've also branched out to Substack to write analyses of trace DNA evidence in the U.S. judicial system under Glitch DNA Lab and Biojustice Truth. Both links are below. I created the Biojustice ecosystem for analysis of the U.S. judicial system through a systems approach, just like NIST with their forensic DNA interpretation, human factors through a systems approach report. I've done a 4-pack live series. Each live is about 5 hours long on that very NIST report. And I've linked that below too. So because Q1.1 is possibly a weak profile and the issues start at the scene through collection and in the ISP forensic lab, and yes, Q1.1 may have many hallmarks of partial low template DNA, ghosting in the peaks, and more problems. And it may not be Brian Kohberger's DNA. Brian Kohberger could be on the wrong family branch. But I still don't know for sure because to date, the state hasn't released the DNA data showing the quote unquote match. To date, mainstream media has just taken the state's word for it. Just trust us. You know, the just trust us kind of non-data that we've been given, that it's Brian Kohberger's DNA. To date, no DNA data has been released on or to show that quote unquote match. And yes, I believe Leah Larkin has said Brian Kohberger is on the wrong family branch. Bickel Barlow has said this is the prosecutor's fallacy. Q1.1 is partial and ambiguous, which means it has a lot more matches than it doesn't. And Brian Kohberger's team and the system I'm reading are saying Q1.1 may not be Brian Kohberger's DNA and or may not be crime time DNA. Both of these things could be true. It's not one thing, it's a pattern. Again, I'm trained to formally appeal systems. I'm neurodivergent and have special interests in trace DNA. I've been reading about trace DNA in scholarly journals for about 20 years. This special invisible DNA has captured my attention and I am still reading about it. And I'm sharing it with all of you. I'm trained to take policy language and submit formal appeals to institutions. This is my niche. This is what I do every day. To read and teach systems and policy. What I'm seeing here in this case is a policy issue that is bigger than just this one case. So yes, Pop, I do believe you are correct and you were very good at breaking down DNA. I think it's possible Brian Kohberger is on the wrong branch. That could happen as a single event. However, there is more than this one event to support that statement. There is a pattern. I believe Leah Larkin said it, and Bickel Barlow has said Q1.1 is partial and ambiguous, and talked about the prosecutor's fallacy, in addition to the activity level proposition problem for the entire DNA record in this specific case. In addition to the silo effect on scene with the Idaho evidence pipeline not being able to produce a probative DNA record in this case, furthermore, the quality control and standard failures in the lab and other data that could support a pattern of Q1.1 being misattributed as probative in the first place. So ultimately, there are things to support Brian Kohberger being on the wrong branch and Q1.1 not being his DNA. But it's not just one thing, it's a pattern. However, much of the data is scattered or hidden from public view. And the defense has said they asked for it. And it's unclear what DNA data they have seen in this case. And this is a capital case. Again, I'm formally trained to see anomalies like this in a formal system and appeal that system. And this is what I see. I believe this is what Leah Larkin, Bickel Barlow, who also referenced this forensic DNA interpretation, human factors through a systems approach, and now Pav sees it as well. We are very lucky to have you, Pav, to speak about DNA. I hope to see more from you on DNA, and thank you. And thank all of you for being here with me in this weird part of the internet in between law, policy, and invisible DNA. And remember, trace DNA needs caution. Trace DNA has no clock. It could have arrived during a separate event than the blood found at the crime scene in this particular case. Trace DNA can be a separate event from a blood crime time event. And it's not just Leah Larkin, Bickel Barlow, and Pav who have seen documentation that suggests Q1.1 may not be Brian Kohberger's DNA. It's Matthew Nodal, Dr. Turvey, and others who have seen the data that suggests Q1.1 is not crime time DNA, regardless of who it belongs to. The entire record in this case is reflecting a silo effect. And this is not just because they are defense experts. It's because there is a pattern. I'd like to close with this. The architecture of Q1.1, the nature of trace DNA in a live environment, how Q1.1 was collected from a live environment in a pre-2025 Idaho coroner system where roles were unclear, the blood DNA record that was deprioritized in this case from a quad homicide blood scene in a death penalty eligible case, Q1.1 possibly not being crime time DNA, Brian Koberger likely being on the wrong branch, and many other elements in this case specifically are bigger than just this one case. That all of the above support a pattern of Brian Koberger likely being on the wrong branch. It's not just one thing to support that statement. It's an entire pre-2025 Idaho evidence pipeline that Q1.1 and trace DNA are different. And according to the U.S. Supreme Court, death is different too. So, if the record can't support the story shouldn't be sold as certainty. That's not doubt for doubt's sake. That's integrity. That's not doubt for doubt's sake. That's integrity.
And thank you, Miss Audrey. Glitch DNA. The point is, it's not Brian. I've been saying this forever. It is not Brian's DNA on that sheath. Brian was not there. There's no proof that Brian was there. There's nothing they can use to prove Brian was there. And nobody, they refuse to see it. They keep saying that he's been there. He's the one that did it. No. And that's just a taste of what you'll be seeing tomorrow. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to be delving into some of the autopsy stuff and some of the other stuff that Miss Audrey's been putting out most recently. There's a lot. And so I want you guys to be here for it. It should be interesting, guys. Very interesting. And I believe we'll be allowing call-ins tomorrow night. And for anybody who wants to ask her any questions on this, please be ready. So I am looking forward to it. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with myself, Miss Logan with Bronx, Kim from Typically Unique, and Mikey with The Last 24. Being joined by the awesome Miss Audrey from Glitch DNA. So guys, please be there. I'm looking forward to it. You guys have an amazing rest of your night. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you tonight, I think. Yeah, it's Friday night. Crimes After Dark with Devil's Advocates. I will see you. For those of you that enjoy that, I'll see you guys there about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you guys so very much for being amazing and the beautiful people that you are, guys. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. Don't change anything, because that's what I love about you, is who you are. You have a great night, folks. See you soon. Bye-bye.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden corners left to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true. A perfect picture of what they chose to do. The quiet street erupts in flashing light. A reckoning delivered in the night. SWAT serves the warrant, loud and clear. The sound of justice, the only thing we hear. until the